makes Roma great? Is it this? Or is it this? Is it the rows of Moulding that go on for miles? Or the fizz and hum of computer files? Our legion of wizards? The guy with the gift? The girl with the glint? Great to do business with. People, talent. People, talent. Happiness, passion, innovation, education, integrity, service, fun. More than a company, a family. What makes Roma great?
Good morning. I want to say good morning, everybody, and good morning, and thank you for being here today. Give a round of applause for that show. Thank you. I just realized, boy, do we have a lot of junk food. Like, did you see those desks? They're loaded with junk food. But I know I never go hungry because I just either go to Ammon or Camilla, who are about 3 feet from me, and there's always junk food, so it's hard to stay thin around them, but it's a lot of fun. So I want to just say welcome first off to this all hands meeting. It's number 13 that we've had here. It's just been over 3 years or 39 months or so that we've hosted these, and I'll tell you, they keep getting better and better and bigger and bigger. So I do want to say for the folks, I do have to say a few hellos to the folks who are in Atlanta. So if you can give a round of applause for our Atlanta team, our New Jersey team, our Los Angeles team, and all our business partner specialists or sales reps in the field. I love you guys. I'd love to have you all here. I'd also like to welcome definitely the people who are watching overseas. I know our partners are in Europe are watching, as well as customers around the globe, and I'll share a little bit about that with you as we go on. I do want to say, if you do want to join in on the conversation and you are in the audience and or watching it live, because this is being streamed, you can join the conversation either through Facebook, Twitter, or through Instagram, one of my favorites, and you can use the hashtag AHM11, so you can tweet or do whatever you like. We have a whole social media team right now who are interacting with you. So get social. This is the first time someone's going to say, actually, get social, get your phones out, do whatever you need to do. The show's going to keep going. I do want to just say, it's number 13, and usually 13 is a bad number, but I don't know, for us, it's a great number, and we have probably the best show in store for you today that we've ever done. And I don't know about you guys, what do you think of the whole outfit here? It's lighting and sound and stage and comfortable chairs, a seating area here for some very VIP or very happy people. So we have so much in store for you today. I do want to say, currently we have over 300 viewers live streaming right now. That's without the people here in the audience. So it is being streamed over the internet and anybody can watch it. We do have we're represented in over 10 time zones that we know of. So everything from the West Coast in Vancouver all the way to Italy, of which we know to. So 10 time zones, as well as we're represented in over 5 countries. So we know in particular, thank you, yeah, way to go. We know in particular our partners in Italy and Australia, some partners in South America, and of course, Canada and the US. So 5 of which we know of. So today we have an incredible show and we have incredible speakers. We have like some Tony Robbins type speakers, and we have 7 of them. So every time they come up, if you can really give them a huge round of applause, okay? Because it really builds their confidence. They're really great. So I'll say we have over 19 hours of continuous live stream from these all hands meeting events. So if you'd like to see some of our first ones, if you would like to, I don't know why you would, because they're a little different than what they are today. But if you would like to, you can see all the way from number 1 to number 13, and that's live for you to view online. So you can just go to our all hands meeting section. And we have over 6,000 views of our all hands meeting. That in social media world is huge. This is a 2-hour show, and we've had over 6,000 people in the duration of 13 shows to watch an all hands meeting. So give it up for you guys, because you guys make this possible. I do want to say, to put such an event on, you guys can see it's a lot of work. And right now, I just want to take a moment to acknowledge the wickedly smart and talented and dedicated and passionate people that we have on the All Hands Meeting team. There's actually over 32 for sure, but over 32 people touch this event. So as I stand up here today, we have sound technicians, light technicians, stage, backstage, social media, production. I mean, you name it. There's been 32 different people from our company who put this together. We've had over 450 hours invested in a show like this, and one would say, 450 hours, are you guys crazy? Well, why we do this is it's a commitment to our partnership with our partners. We want to actually over-communicate what we are doing, what we have done, and also some of our failures. Like, we want to actually tell you, and that's the commitment we have as a company. And lastly, but sure not least, we have 14 people right now behind the scenes, right this second, making this happen. And you've met some of the greeters at the front, and we have some of our great technicians, as well as some of the people who are going to do after backstage interviews. But 14 people make this possible. So at this point, I just want to, if we can, just give them all a round of applause, because they're awesome. So I thought it's important that we start off an all-hands meeting on a big note. And behind me is a picture of the Wright brothers. So this is a picture of the Wright brothers when they had flight in 1903. In 1903, there was a race of who could fly first. And the Wright brothers were the guys to make that happen. And over that picture, I wanted to paint a picture or share a quote that resonates with me. And the quote is very simple, is unconventional methods produce unconventional results. You might say, what does that mean? So very simply put is we as a company, as a body of people, as a culture, we are not going to do things we're not going to do things the normal way, because the normal way actually produces what would otherwise be normal results. And that's just not what we're up to. Clearly, you can see this is not normal. This is an unconventional method to produce some unconventional results. So whether you're in the audience and you're you have your own business and you're here to see what we're doing, definitely get that when you use unconventional, like crazy out-of-the-box thinking, you can then expect some out-of-the-box crazy results from that. And that's going to be the theme that's going to be going through this all-hands meeting. So stay tuned. There's a lot more I would like to share. So I want to get into unconventional because that really sits with me, and that's why we do these sorts of things. So from a company standpoint, I like to bring up a few brands. And one of the brands, if anybody knows me, I love Starbucks. Me and my wife are Starbucks junkies. So in any city, we go to every Starbucks. And one I just went to in Montreal, of all places, in this little village. It is stupid beautiful, like really just gorgeous. They've decked it out, just really beautiful. And I love that company because they're always doing things differently. So one of the unconventional things that this company has just done, and I'm not sure if you've heard it, but I'm going to tell you, is they have, just to give you context, they have 21,000 retail stores that they own themselves. They open, on average, 2 retail stores a day. Pretty impressive. 2 retail stores a day, 21,000 around the world, and hundreds of thousands of employees. What they've done is recently they've given or offered the opportunity to pay their baristas, this fine person on the screen behind me, paid tuition. So if you work at Starbucks and you are a barista, you then are eligible to get free tuition. And I don't know about you guys, but in the US, tuition is not as easily come across than it is in Canada because we're funded differently. But one would say, that's crazy, Howard Schultz. By the way, you're not. I think you're awesome. That is crazy. You know what the cost would be to pay a college tuition in the US, and you're going to pay it to a barista all across our 21,000 retail outlets? You're crazy. But if you can stop and think for a second, who do you think they're going to be attracting? Do you think it'll be attracting the best baristas, the quasi-good baristas, or the crappiest baristas? In my opinion, I think they're going to be after the best baristas in the world. Not only are they going to be great at their craft, but they're going to exude their values within their company. They're going to greet you when you walk in, not kind of shy away and have a bad day and that's all. Because Starbucks it's all an experience. So everything about Starbucks is how are we making you feel? That's one of the unconventional things that they're doing. And G Adventures, I don't know if you know this, but I thought it's important to shout out someone from Toronto, Bruce Poontip, who is the CEO of G Adventures. They're an adventure company, again, globally, but started here right in Toronto, believe it or not. And G Adventures is doing some radical things. I've read the book. It's brilliant. It's called Looptail. And what this gentleman does, this is part of their team here. What this gentleman does is, as a team, they have a culture team, and their culture team, when doing interviews, they actually pick 3 people at random in their company. Now, they have thousands of employees. They pick 3 people at random, and they put them in a room. Then they get the candidate that wants to join their company and put them in a room. And in that room, there's this big giant wheel, kind of looks like Wheel of Fortune without money. Instead, they're questions, and they're interview questions based on culture. And the candidate gets to spin the wheel, and whatever that question lands, they have to answer it in front of 3 people that otherwise they would have no contact with. Those people are trusted so much that they're given a rating scale based on green, yellow, or red. Green, clearly, these people emulate the culture of our company. Yellow, we got to do some more digging. And red, thanks for coming out, but you don't fit the culture of our company. And the interview stops there. And I just think it's so forward thinking because they believe if you get the culture right, everything else works. So 2 companies doing something really great. And by the way, both are killing results using some unconventional methods. So what does this all mean, right? So you're looking at me, G Adventures, Starbucks. What does this all mean? So 3 years ago, we took on a culture strategy at our company. It was actually March 1st. I'll never forget it. And on March 1st, we decided that we were going to change this company forever. We were going to take on changing an industry. We were going to adopt new policies, new procedures, and heck, we might even do away with those. So what we did was, I knew we had to change the leadership structure. We had to create core values, by the people, for the people, as well as a mission. The only problem I had is I wanted to be CEO, but something happened. I didn't actually know what a CEO does. So, I'm a university graduate, went to York University, great school, thought I knew everything, came out, knew nothing. And one of the things I knew I didn't know is what does a CEO do? So I very simply went to Google, my best friend, by the way, and I typed in, what does a CEO do? Believe me, this is exactly what I did. And so instantly, you know what happens? This happens. Search, bang, boom. So if you can see right here, there is 229 million page views of what does a CEO do. Now, I'm smart, but not that smart to read all those. So what I did do was rifle through some of the more dominant ones, some of the ones that are more renowned, backed by good speakers, and I started seeing little things happen. These 3 words kept popping up, and that was people, and that was culture. People and culture and brand, and people and culture and brand. And so over and over again, I started to understand how are these affiliated. So when I look at these 3 words, I look at 3 words, but really they're all the same. When you look at people, or most importantly, when you look at brand is a promise that your people make. And your people are a subset of the culture or the environment that you have within your company. And so when you look at all these things, and your culture is really the soul of the organization. It's like, how are we making you feel is very important. So all these became all one in my mind, and that's just how we driving this within our company. So these are my 3 focuses. So I'm really excited. I'm really stoked. I know what I need to do now. I'm CEO. I get to do beautiful. But then something else happened. I wasn't fulfilled. Although I'm still learning, and I don't profess to be the best in the world, it's a constant learning. But I wanted more. I wanted bigger meaning for myself. So I did some soul searching, and I looked at my final days of my life. And if anybody knows me, I actually calculate how many days I have left in my life. That's a great way to get into something today. Believe me, figuring out how many days you have left in your life, wow, that's the best motivation. You don't need Tony Robbins for that. Or try this exercise on. Put a tombstone, put your name on it. It's going to happen, by the way. Believe me, one day. Hope it happens later. But so I started looking, and by the way, I blogged on this. So I know that there's 86,400 seconds in a day. You chose to give us 2 hours of that 86,400. So really choose your time wisely. And I can tell you, you're here, you chose really wisely. So I said to myself, thank you. So I said to myself, what do I want to be known for? That he was a nice guy? I mean, that's not bad. It's nice. Better than being a loser. Or He was a nice picture framer, better than that. And nothing against picture framers, I love them. They're a lot of my friends, but it just wasn't big enough for me. And so then I start doing this exercise, and I start looking at I have 540 more months left to live on this earth. And then, I have over 2,300 weekends left. That's about it. But this is the best one. This is the best one. I have 45 Thanksgivings left. That's it. See, because Thanksgiving is something that everybody does. Regardless of your creed, you give thanks once a year. So it's 45 more turkeys I get to smash. But if you really think 45 is not that much, and for some of the older people in the room, Michael, Rich, Steve, you have less. You have less. I'm just saying, you might have 44, okay? But knowing this just gives me more motivation to make things happen. And so I really got clear on what I have to do. And I think as you get on in life, you start to figure out what your purpose. Like, why are you here? Just to suck air, eat, go to sleep, and do it all over again? Not very inspiring life. So I figured out what my 5 things are, and I wanted to share it all with you today. So you get context of, who I am, who this company is, and who some of the crazy people are who play within it. So first one is enrich people's lives. How do we make people's lives better? I think that's so important. Driving happiness. I was one of the most miserable people 3.5 years ago. Miserable. I hated my life. I hated who I worked with. I hated 3/4 of the people. I didn't trust anybody. So I'm now committed. By the way, now I love everybody. I'm like this love guru. But I want to drive happiness and in the lives of the people we touch. And you'll see that as we go. I want to challenge the status quo. I hate mediocrity. If anybody knows me, hates that it's just the way it is today, so we can't change it. So I hate that. So challenging the status quo actually makes things possible, like iPads. Like, who thought we're going to get an iPad and just swish our finger, or get to the moon, or liberate countries? I mean, I just think that's brilliant. Inspire greatness, and I love inspire, because I can't make anybody do anything, but you can inspire someone to get to greatness. And greatness can show up with many different people in many different ways. So greatness is, you have good, you have better. Great is like right up here. It's a feeling. It's beautiful. And lastly, I want to make our industry better. I want to change this industry. It's one thing to get into an industry and have ill feelings, because I'm not allowed to say what I really feel, because Ammon's here, but I want to make this industry great because it has great people in it. I think we're just stuck that it has to look a certain way. But I can talk about that in another all hands meeting. Right now, I want to talk about driving happiness, because that's really what I love. When I see the faces of the audience, or our teams, or our families, that's what gets me jived up every day. So driving happiness, let's talk about that. What does that really mean? You might be asking, right? And can we really achieve it? Is it all this lovey-feely stuff? We don't talk about that in corporations. And really, how does it feel? How do you even know you're doing happiness? So let's look at a definition. So happiness is good fortune, pleasure, contentment, joy. And it's an experience that makes you happy. Or it's an experience and feeling, and it shows up for different people differently. I think that's important. So I'm not saying this is the only definition. It's one definition. So here are 4 people, and this could be any 4 people here in the audience. So many people want to grow a company. And why? They want to retire early. Why would they want to do that? Spend more time with family. That's person number A. Person number B, or letter B, would be get a job. Why would they want to get a job? Make money to buy a home. Next person, find a partner or mate. Find a soulmate. Why? Get married. Yes. Be healthy. Some people just are out there to be healthy. Why do they want to be healthy? Maybe they want to run faster. Why do they want to run faster? Maybe they want to do the New York Marathon or something along that line. But all of these, at the core of all of these, as you can be guessing what that can be, the why people do all these things in their life, whether you know it or not, is to be happy. And so for those 4 people, it shows up very differently. So I do want to take a second to talk about what are the actual effects. So some of the business leaders here in our audience, I want to talk about what are the business effects of happiness. So 31% increase in productivity. So for all those people that own businesses, if you think happiness is this love guru fun thing, well, 31% productivity. For all the lean people in the room, that's pretty good. Would you say, Steve? I don't hear the horn, Steve. Thank you. So 37% increase in sales. I don't know about you, but everybody's trying to grow sales out there. 44% higher, let me just get that again. 44%, I love that. 44% higher retention. So for the HR professionals in the room, you want to keep your people. You want to make sure they're growing with you and keep them content. And this is the best one. I love that. 300% more innovation. Don't take it from me. It was Harvard. I mean, I didn't write that. And I think Harvard knows what they're doing. 300% more innovation means people are going to think outside the box. Why they're happy. When they're happy, what happens? They're elated. They have the endorphins, the dopamine, serotonin flooding their brain. And so when that happens, good things come out, right? They're like, oh my God, I love this. And you can see it within our company. People just like light up. I'll give an example of, hey, we need to get a new box. A new box. Oh my God, Steve, we need a new box. And I'm thinking, okay, we need a new box. But in their world, they're just so passionate because they're happy, they love what they're doing, they're in the right place at the right time, doing the right thing, going in the right direction. This is the best one, for the right reason. I think it's so important. So, personal effects of happiness. You might know this or not. People earn, on average, 15% more money when they're happy. They have a better overall health, which is very, very important, right? People think all you need to do is eat and you'll be better off. And you live longer. I think that's something very, very important, right? So we love dogs. So what stops us then? So if all these things are true, what stops us from happiness at work? Well, I want to show you. So back in the day, tens of thousands of years ago, people at work showed up like this. You had to go slaughter animals, cross villages, slaughter them too, bring animal back, very caveman-like. Women would cut it and make it and eat it. It was battle. Everything was just battle. It was just everything was a battle. Later on in life, what happened was people started, cities were started to form, and people, started getting on boats because there weren't many planes, started getting on boats and started migrating for a role or a job. So in that, people started to separate their families. And many of you, I know my grandparents and parents left their hometowns for a better life, leaving loved ones. And I don't know about you, but that doesn't make me feel so happy. Today, and that didn't look like the Carnival Cruise Line, did it? No, that was moving a lot of people. And today we have something very different. We have choice. So I know you guys in the audience here have a choice. You have a choice whether to play with us or to play with the next company, or in fact, the company down the street. Or for the retailers in the world, anybody else. It could be The Gap, it could be, Abercrombie, it could be American Apparel. You can switch because there's choice. Look at how vast that is. So choice gives us the ability to move to what we want. And what I love about our company is that you're actually given choice and you know you're here. So I'm not advocating that you become a workaholic or the total opposite. I think you have to find what works for you. And so I think it's important that you look at life as one, not two. And I want to just take you through this. So this is an average life. You have 8 hours of work, you have 8 hours of sleep, and you have 8 hours of recreation. Would you guys all agree? Hands? Yes? Cool. So I want to look at one area of the cycle, because work and sleep, I can't change. I mean, recreation and sleep, I can't change. But here in this area here, this is where people have their free time or their, I am now a husband or wife time. So in here, I have all things like dinner and cleanup, 1 hour, getting ready for work, getting kids ready, housekeeping, putting kids to bed, commuting. Does that sound familiar? Right. So when you do this, what gets actually carved out is actually 1 hour to yourself a night. And many of you, I'm seeing you nod, 1 hour a night. And then you're thinking, and Tony wants me to read a book, and all I have is 1 hour? Like 1 hour is not, right, Camilla? Where are you? Right? Okay. 3 kids. Awesome. But the fact of the matter is, this equation is flawed, because here's what I want to do. If this whole chunk, by the way, I want you to live one powerful life, because when this chunk here of work of 8 hours is filled with dopamine and serotonin, the drugs responsible in your mind, the molecules of making you happy, then guess what? You bring that home to your partner. And so those chores, you're actually skipping when you're vacuuming. Right, Camilla? Your husband has told me, Camilla, keep her there longer because she's skipping when she's cleaning. I love it. And then not only that, you actually get a night's rest. And I think we have to stop thinking about coming in, coming out, punching in. I'm at work, and then I'm at home, and I'm all these different people. It's just way too confusing. If you don't believe me, I mean, it's right here in the American Constitution. Right here, it says life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. It's right there. That's what the forefathers, when building America, wanted it to be. And I don't know about you guys, but I don't have to stage a shot like this. This happens often. You guys have just seen what happens. This happens often. I mean, look at these passionate faces. This is, by the way, when we won the award for greatest place to work here, or greatest place in Vaughan for manufacturing, which we're very proud of. But just look at, yeah, right? So just look at the passion. And look, I mean, it always helps to have, pink champagne and strawberries. That always makes people happy too. But this is before, if you could tell. But I just want to share with you, happiness is something that we really take serious here at our company, and we have some really great people. And our goal is that, and I told you that's one of my personal missions in life, not to become the nicest guy in the world, but one of them is, he really cared about people and cared about their happiness. And so I'm not the only one, by the way, doing this. I have a clip here of another company who's doing some radical, unconventional things and producing some unconventional results. I think you're going to love this. Take a look.
मजदूरी करके अगर मेरे बीवी, मेरे बच्चे, मेरे माँ बाप अगर खुश रहेंगे तो मैं हमेशा इधर ही रह सकता हूँ।
सर इसलिए करते हैं कि बच्चे अच्छे पढ़ लिख जाएं, अच्छा लाइफ होएगा उनका, तो हमारा भी लाइफ अच्छा निकलेगा।
रोज 1 मिनट 2 मिनट बात करने के लिए तो हम लोग तरसते हैं। अगर 1-2 मिनट रोज बात कर सकते तो हम कितने खुश होंगे इसमें।
तुम्हारा
और 3 मिनट दिए ना फ्री बात करने के लिए।
हाँ भाई फ्री भाई तो नहीं ले बताओ तो कौन जनाब ने रहा
അതുകൊണ്ടൊരു ക്യാപ്പ് ഞാൻ വീണ്ടും കരുതി. അതുകൊണ്ട് തന്നെ വീണ്ടും ഞാൻ ഈ ക്യാപ്പ് ഇട്ടിട്ട് വീണ്ടും എൻ്റെ ഭാര്യയോട് സംസാരിക്കാൻ ഞാൻ ആഗ്രഹിക്കുന്നു.
भाई के साथ तो मैं जुम्मा का दिन किया बात और आज फिर किया तो वो बहुत खुश हो गया।
बीवी गुस्से में थी तो और मैंने नए नंबर से बात किया तो खुश हो गया।
Let's give it up for Coca-Cola, guys. Coca-Cola. And I don't know about you guys, but that gets me emotional every time I watch that. What we take for granted here of what we have, that we can just pick up our cell phones, get on Skype, we could call for free. And here are these companies that otherwise don't need to do this are doing some really radical things. And here's a bold statement I want to make. The companies that are not going to be a purpose-driven company in the next 10 to 20 years actually will become irrelevant. You will be like a staple on a wall and no one will look at you. And I think it's important as business leaders, we have a responsibility. We have this responsibility to actually make this world a better place. And I know that Generation Z and Y and X's are making this happen, but this is yet another example of what some crazy people are doing, some unconventional things to touch the hearts of people. I think it's so important. So at this part, I'd like to talk about a dear friend, and a dear friend who has joined our company. His name is, I'm not going to actually tell you his name. So he's a friend that came, and we built a great relationship. And over the course of what we started to call a relationship, we started meeting at Starbucks before he even came to our facility. And I just wanted to get to know him, and I want to get to know what he was passionate about. And this is one of the most passionate, caring person I've been privy to in my life. And the fact that he's come to join us and join in our quest to move, inspire, and wow. And I can go on forever, but I think this video does a better job, so take a look.
Tell me something about your dad that no one else knows.
He burnt down a whole bunch of trees around his pool.
He loves taking selfies.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
He got in like 6 car accidents while he was a teenager. He's quite emotional, actually.
We used to watch Dawson's Creek together, and he would cry. He and I together could sit there with a Kleenex box.
Does he cry more than you?
He likes shoes, okay? Like a lot of shoes.
You have a shoe collection?
He has his own closet.
He doesn't like sushi.
Okay, he does no man work around the house. It's all my mom. Barbecuing, cutting grass, all that stuff, okay?
He likes to surf.
Oh, surfing. Is he good at surfing?
My name is Isaiah Huseman. I'm 14.
My name is Noah Huseman and I'm 16. I'm Josh Huseman. I'm 17.
I'm Rachel Huseman, 3 years old.
I'm Emma, and I'm 9, and I love gym.
The weirdest thing?
Yeah.
Probably when we went to our cottage and he had to dress up as a girl and dance in front of everybody.
Do you have any footage?
I was just going to say, we have footage.
Yeah.
It'd be a close game, but probably me.
Easy, yeah. It's easy.
What's the score?
Probably like 10-2 or something. He really doesn't like losing. And that is happening more and more nowadays.
One word to describe your dad.
Awesome.
Confident, athletic, humble,
Selfless.
great leader.
Probably, you know what? Probably an eagle.
Turtle.
Probably a lion, because he's the king of everybody, king of the jungle.
Something that appears strong and tough, but actually isn't. So what would that be? I don't know why I think of like a koala bear. I'm not sure why that comes to mind.
Sloth.
Why a sloth?
Well, when he gets home, he likes to do as little as possible. And if there's golf on, he's on the couch sleeping. Well, it looks like he's sleeping, but he's might not be, because if you talk to him or anything, he's like awake.
Your undies are showing, T-Dog.
Okay. I can do that again. I can do that again.
Okay, and
I think it's quite obvious. The reason why I do what I do is these people sitting here. They're the reason I get up so early, the reason I work hard, try to be successful, and try to pass on some of the things that my parents passed on to me. It's work hard, be humble, be confident, and don't ever think that you can't accomplish anything, because if you put your mind to it, you can do anything.
Do something stupid, guys.
I'd like to call up the privilege, Rich Houston.
All right, thank you, sloth. I can't believe my son called me a sloth. And let's give it up for Kevin, who came over and shot that video stuff. He is as you saw, he's our youngest team member, and at 22 years old, he's already worked at Hollywood movies. And I still can't believe that we have a full-time videographer on staff. Isn't that amazing? What other company does that? So like Tony said, my name is Rich Houston. I'm the Vice President of Sales here at Roma. I've been here about 70 days. And one thing that I love about Roma is that we love to give away presents. I love to receive presents. As my kids know, I love to receive presents, but also love the fact that we get to give away presents. So we've given some presents away already to some of our partners and some of our people. And I just want to talk about some of those and also talk about some of the presents we're about to give out. So one of the things that we did in the first few weeks that I was here was we said, how can we really wow our partners? And we came up with this great gift for our partners where we took a mirror that's usually $250 and we just cut the price, and it was like a wow price to our partners. And we said, okay, let's just go to our partners and show them that we want to take care of them and wow them. And I am so pleased to announce that because of that, our mirror sales this year are up 300%. We sold more mirrors in June than we have all year. So fantastic job, our customer care, our BPSs, our partners, thanks for supporting it. That was phenomenal. So the next present is for our business partner specialists. So that's what we call our salespeople out on the road that are grinding, that are our road warriors, or warriors or wow out on the road. And we have a very special gift for them, and I am pleased to announce that SIP is back this year. So for those guests, you're probably wondering, what the heck is SIP? Well, it's a specialist incentive program for the business partner specialist that exudes our core values, that lives the Roma core values every day, and that is smashing in terms of growth in their region. And last year's winner was Michelle Anderson. So we love Michelle. Hi, Michelle, if you're watching. So Michelle lives in Michigan and just smashed her results. Michelle just exudes our core values. And I think she took her monkey along for this trip, but she went, we all expense paid trip to the Caribbean and had a great time with her husband. So we're happy to bring back SIP this year. So you're probably wondering, well, who's in the lead for SIP this year? And we've kind of changed the parameters because it was like the Da Vinci Code to try to crack, okay, how do I get my results or who's in the lead and all that stuff. So we tried to simplify it. I took some lessons from Stephen Lean and simple is better. So we simplified it, and I'm pleased to announce that the top 3 SIP leaders year to date, in third place, we call him Mr. Clean, Dan Josephson. Dan, if you're watching online, you're in third place. And it's Dan with 2 N's. So congratulations, Dan. In second place, all the way from Montreal, Jose Kirak. So Jose, I'm pleased to announce you're in second place, like by a hair. Today's results might change the results. And in first place, again, leading this year, Michelle Anderson. So congratulations to all 3. And the best part is the rest of our business partner specialists, you're not far off, and we have half a year left, and I know you could smash the results and take the prize home. And the best part is we're going to keep the location secret for a few more months. Probably the next all-hands meeting will announce where the winner is going to go. So, and the last present is a dual present. It's kind of a present for our partners primarily, but also our business partner specialists. You're gonna hear I've been traveling the country and traveling with our business partner specialists and getting feedback from them. And they said, I said, what would wow you? What would be absolutely the craziest thing that we could do? And I am pleased to announce that as of August 1st, 2014, we are doing free shipping in 9 more states across the US. Free shipping. So it is an incredible, again, unconventional methods produce unconventional results, and we are bringing free shipping to 9 more states. So probably your question is, so Rich, what 9 states? Well, it's another present because it's a secret. Okay, so we can't tell you right now, but I'm going to tell you 3. Okay, so the 3 states that we're bringing free shipping as of August 1st, California. All right, so California, Tanya and her crew, and all of our partners in California. The second one, Texas. So Jan and Brad, if you're listening, you're getting free freight or free shipping as of August 1st. And the last one, near and dear to my heart because I love Disneyland, Florida. All right, so Jeff, I know you're going to crush it now, and we'll announce the next 6 in the next couple weeks, and you're going to be very pleased that we're rolling that program out. So, you know, one of the things, as I said, and if you've been on my LinkedIn profile, it says Vice President of Sales. And like Tony's alluded to, we do things unconventional. And one of the things that I want to do is eliminate the word sales from our vocabulary. Is because when I think of sales, I've always get negative images, like Herb Tarlick. Now, Michael's old enough to remember this guy. He's seen WKRP, and Michael actually has a jacket like that in his closet. I've seen it. He wishes he had hair like that, but that's another story. So it brings up these negative connotations of salespeople. Or for those a little younger, Dwight Schrute from The Office. Or, you know, I've been on beaches in Caribbean, and some guy comes up to me with a, trench coat, and he's got like watches and stuff. So that, or this guy selling bikinis in Brazil on the beach. It always has had a negative connotation. So we're going to eliminate that word sales from our vocabulary because we're more than that at Roma. We're about growth. Growth not only in our top line and the growth of our overall company, but the growth of our people. And I'm very passionate about that. And so we're going to change. We're going to eliminate that word. It's going to be tough because people are going to be in the habit of saying it, but we want to talk about growth. So thanks to the marketing folks, they gave me this great concert T-shirt called the Growth Tour. So in 60 days, I've been to 30 cities across the U.S. and Canada and traveled with most of our business partner specialists. And it's been an amazing, I've got to visit hundreds of our partners, and it's been a great way for me we're in a very visual industry, and it's been great for me to see what our partners are doing and what they're up to, and partners that are doing well, and partners that have opportunities for improvement. And I want to share some of my early observations with you. Oh, and this is, thanks, Camilla. Camilla's like, I calculated all of your travel miles, and you've traveled 17,000 miles in 70 days. And then I don't know where she got this stat, but she said, and you've slammed, as Tony likes to say, you've smashed 26 burgers. I don't know if she was trying to give me a hint that I need to lose a little bit of weight, but so it's been amazing. It's been an amazing journey, but I've noticed 2 things. I've noticed that there's partners that are struggling, and there's partners that are wildly successful. And I want to talk about that for a second, the partners that are struggling and some of the things that I have observed. There's partners out there that are waiting for customers to come into their door. And they're not embracing technology. There's a reluctance to embrace technology. I was shocked to see how many of our partners don't even have computers or don't have email or access to the internet. So our marketing campaigns, we're trying to inundate them with marketing stuff, but they don't even have a computer or email. There's a reluctancy towards social media. So they're not embracing LinkedIn or Facebook or Twitter or Instagram. And there's a reluctancy to change, which is probably the biggest one, is they've been doing that for 25 years in this industry. They've done the same thing over and over again, and they're wondering why their results aren't there. And the last thing is, and we build our pillar is on service, and there's a reluctance to service. But they don't realize they have this amazing opportunity. And I call it the Norm from Cheers factor. Again, if you're old enough, my kids wouldn't know who this guy is, but everybody knew Norm's name, or knows your name when you come into Cheers. And our picture framers out in the market have that. They have, a lot of the times, the owners are actually working in the business, and they know the people. And that is a tremendous competitive advantage that they need to take more advantage of. So, and the best thing is, our business partner specialists, our customer care, we're all here to help those shops that are struggling, and we want to help you and share best practices, and we're going to talk a little bit about that. And we want to talk about some of the positive things that are happening, because there is a lot. I was super excited to travel and see some of what the partners are doing. I was just absolutely amazed. There are some partners that are wildly expanding their business, and I mean wild. Like they just, there was a partner in Michigan, and they bought a new facility, or an old medical building, and it was about 20,000 square feet, and they totally renovated it, and the top was an art gallery, and the bottom was all their framers, and they were holding art competitions and stuff, and their business was expanding tremendously. They invested again in another gallery and condo development in a seaside town, and put a gallery underneath their condos, and were renting their condos out for the summer. Like just amazing, wild investors, and it was great to see that. The other thing is there were some small shops that had unbelievably creative marketing programs. So they were using, they were crowdsourcing and getting people into their store and on Facebook and Instagram, and it was just awesome to see with very little budget how they were bringing people into their stores. And the last one, hosting events. Tony, Michelle, and I were at an amazing event in Cincinnati. Hi, Litsa, if you're out there. And it was amazing. She was bringing artists all over the world to downtown Cincinnati to her shop and giving them prizes, and it was just an amazing way. And like that business has radically grown in the last few years, and I think that's the reason why. And there's partners that are over-delivering on service, that get it, that realize that if you out-service your competitor, you're going to win. And service is a pillar at our organization, and there's a lot of partners out there that are delivering on service. So now I want to switch gears and talk about our Roma brand ambassadors. And this week's been a tough week. We've made some tough changes to our team. We've taken some people off our team on the road. And the reason is that we want our people to be Roma brand ambassadors. We call them business partner specialists out on the road, but they're really an ambassador of our brand, and they're in the front lines to our partners. So it's important that how we show up is critical to the success of our brand. So our brand ambassador is someone that embraces technology, that can also take that, what they know about technology, and share that with our partners that are struggling. They're a brand ambassador that is a product expert, that knows exactly how our products are made, and the care and attention that goes in, and how our products are created. They exude our core values, which is super important, that when they're on the road, that they're an extension of who we are. And last, that wow comes naturally. Okay, we move, inspire, and wow is our vision, and we want our business partner specialists and our customer care people to wow our partners. And the best part is, and I've witnessed it, is we're already doing this. And this is Michelle. Again, this is at Litsa, and one of the things that she did, which I found just amazing, is, like I said, Litsa was putting on this big event in Cincinnati, and she got really sick. Like, had to go to the hospital and get medication, and could not get ready for the show. So Michelle, on a Saturday, went out of her own time to help, and just showed up and said, how can I help? So she helped straighten their walls and did a bunch of things. She was cleaning up garbage. She was just helping. And I just want to give a shout out to Michelle. Thank you, because she exudes what we're all about. And this is a great story. I was traveling with Jen in Nashville, Tennessee, and we went into this partner, and she was telling us about a story where her iPad got stolen. That was her only means to the internet from her store. And Jen had this great idea. She said, well, what if we buy her an iPad? I was like, whoa, okay, let's talk about it. And on our way back to the airport, she dropped me off at the airport. We bought an iPad and delivered it to the customer, and she was crying, like tears. And then she had a customer in the store that started crying. And everybody was crying. I started crying. I don't like to admit that, but I do like Dawson's Creek, and I was crying. So, just amazing. And she said she'll never forget. She said that's the nicest thing that someone's ever done for me. And it was an iPad. It was a $400 iPad. So, and I know I'll remember that for the rest of my life. and this partner will as well. So it was just tremendous. And the last one, Jeff, I don't have it, this is in your car. Jeff in Florida. Hi, Jeff, if you're out there. So this is an amazing story. I was in a shop in Orlando, and the shop owner actually brought up to me. He said, "Do you know what Jeff's done for me before?" I said, "No." And I said, "What does he do?" He said, and these guys do a lot of the Hard Rock cafes all over the world, and I'm proud that a lot of Roma products go into them. And they said, one time, Jeff, on a weekend, I was out of product, needed it desperately to finish a job for Monday morning. He drove all the way to Atlanta from Florida on a weekend, all the way back to deliver that product in his own car. So amazing, right? So shout out to Jeff in Florida. Yeah, so just amazing, and that is what we're all about. We're all about wowing our partners and wowing our own people. So to our partners, that in the future, we may not be showing up like that now, but in the future, this is how we're going to show up. We're going to be prepared with market analytics, so that we'll be able to show you things that are happening not only in your market, but in other markets that may help you grow your business. We'll be sharing design trends. A lot of design trends, what we studied, come from the West and California and move their way east. We're going to share some of those with you and share you what the colors are, what some products are selling in some regions, and share those with you. We're going to be social media savvy. So our business partner specialists will be able to show you about Twitter and take the fear out of social media and the fear out of getting LinkedIn and possibly doing some crowdsourcing. And financial analytics. Because some of our partners, as you can see, are struggling. So we need to share with them, here's where your operating expense should be. Here's where your margin should be. Here's how you should be operating your business, how many people you should be having. And I think it's our responsibility to help change this industry, and I think that's a way that we can provide value to our partners. And share best practices. A lot of our partners can't even leave their store. They're there, some cases 7 days a week. They don't get to travel like I do to get to see other partners that are thriving and share those best practices. So our brand ambassadors are going to help spread the word of businesses that are successful and share that with our partners. So, in closing, I just want to say it's been 70 days, and this is the best company I've ever worked for. It is a yeah. It is a phenomenal company, and a lot of people have come in and said, I go online and I see, is it truly do you guys have that much fun at work? I said, yes, and we do work hard. I wish I could only work 8 hours, but Tony, we have a lot of fun. We work a lot of hours, but we have a ball doing it, and I just want to say we have the best brand in the industry. And I've traveled. One of the things, and I've never been in an industry. I was in the lumber business before, and you always face objections in the field. And one of the things that I could not believe, it's still to this day, is there's very little objections. They're like, yeah, you guys have the best quality. Your fill rates are great. Your profiles are just amazing. They're just so beautiful. All your stuff's made in it. It was incredible that there was very little objections. So yeah, we have the best brand in the industry. And one thing I'm really proud of, I am Dutch, as Tony knows, but I am very proud that our products are made in Italy. It is very, the quality of our products are, I've traveled in my travels, every other company in our industry is bringing stuff in from China with lead on the paint, or lead in the paint, and we just got a call this morning from a partner that said, I don't want to use lead in our products anymore. Do you have, none of our stuff has lead. It's beautifully crafted in Italy, and one of the things that I'm most proud of is that our owners actually go to Italy and create the profiles that we sell. What other company? Yes. What other company can say that? What other company can say that in our industry? So it's just amazing, and it makes me so proud. And one of the things is Steve's joined the organization, and one of the things that he's brought into our organization is lean and operational excellence. I'm so proud. Our fill rates are 99%. That is world-class fill rates. And we're just scratching the surface. You just wait. I think by our next all-hands meeting, we're going to have some other announcement in terms of operations that will blow your mind. So I know he's working on it. And the other thing, too, is again, our pillar is our customer care and our people that we have in customer care is there's a term called best in class, which is, you're best in your industry, you're best in class. We have world-class service, and it's because of our people. But one of the things, and I think it's probably our largest competitive advantage, and I love this quote by Steve Jobs. It says, "A small team of A players can run circles around a giant team of B and C players." And one of the things that I love to come to work every day is I'm surrounded with incredibly intelligent people, and our organization is full of A players that I get to hang out with every day. So it is amazing. So I just want to close and say, I think we're going to look back in time at this moment and say this is the time that Roma changed the industry, and not only changed the industry, and you're going to see some stuff that we're going to do later on, that we're going to change the world. So I want to say thank you very much. So at this time, I'm proud to announce, to bring him back on the dance floor, I call him the dean of the dance floor, Tony Guerreri.
चोरी चोरी हम गोरी से प्यार करेंगे चुपके चुपके दिल की बातें यार करेंगे अरे चोरी चोरी हम गोरी से प्यार करेंगे चुपके चुपके दिल की बातें यार करेंगे
Give it up for Rich, guys.
कब आएगी कोई ते बता.
Ha! Love that. That's good. Way to go, sound technicians. So let's talk a little bit. That was great, guys. And Rich showed you a bit of what we have in store for our business partner specialists, for our partners in the room, and for our partners watching. Stay tuned, because the next 5 months are going to be epic. And I mean epic, and there's more surprises we have to come. So I do want to talk a little bit about what's happening from a marketing perspective in our company. I am interim marketing leader here, so I am the interim marketing leader, as we do have some postings out there. But I thought I'd bring attention to this adorable little baby boy. Adorable. And why he's in awement is because he just seen our July launch. So on July 7th, he just seen the launch of the kids, just like, right, in adoration. All kidding aside, because we're humble, we're just very proud of it. And I wanna show you some of the products that we've launched. And to do that, I have my a model who's gonna help me, and our very own Doris is gonna help me. If you can give us a round of applause for Doris. So before I call Doris up, I just want to tell you we have 4 incredible new collections we launched July 7th, so it's very fresh, and we've had some great feedback from it. We've launched over 40 new items this July alone. No other company in the industry is doing that, and I know that verbatimly because we have some really great intel. 40 new moldings. Way to go, design team. And, right? And we have 18 new photo frames to adorn the walls of all our partners and for all our retailers out there. So some really great product. And in a second, I'm going to show you what those are. So first one, Doris, if you can come up, please. Let's give Doris a round of applause, folks. So our first product that we have is Ramino. And Ramino is a brilliant, isn't she beautiful? Ramino is, I'm talking about the molding. Isn't it beautiful? And you too, Doris. Ramino is a beautiful collection. It's both in Roma 1 and Simply Roma. Again, there's no gesso on this product, as Rich alluded to. It's a beautifully versatile, very easy to use product. And it's actually from the feedback we got from our partners. They wanted a diploma type frame that they can use every day. Comes in, it's one profile with 6 beautiful, brilliant colors, has a beautiful satin finish to it, and that's Ramino. So you can get Ramino. So next up, I do want to share with you another collection that we have, and one of my personal favorites is Eleganza. Eleganza is a collection that we have in Roma 1. It's a beautiful, beautiful collection, and on screen you can see it a little larger there. This product, ladies and gentlemen, is very, very unique. Each product is hand applied, so our Italian artisans in Italy apply a leaf about this big, step by step by step by step. And then they go and they go over and they caress it and they touch it and they make sure that there's no imperfections. They use the proper lighting and lamps and heating and rest periods. And we're going to bring you all this stuff because a lot of people have been asking, but I want to get deep in there. So we're bringing some video crews. We're going to Italy. We're going to have a ball. And that's Eleganza. Again, it comes in 3 beautiful profiles, and you can see those. Lavo has actually been created one night in Las Vegas. We were having a few drinks, as one would do in Vegas, and we were at a cool bar, and we started doodling on a napkin, and ta-da, this comes out. This is a brilliant product line. It's so beautiful. It's really changed the face of our industry. And some folks might say, well, what you did was you get a profile and just slap some paint on it. Right. That's what our competitors do, by the way. They get any profile they want. They get some lacquered paint, and they go and think it's Lavo. This, ladies and gentlemen, the beauty of this, number one, it has to be harmonized. So the design of the profile has to go with the finish. So what we've done is we've actually created this design motif. It's really brilliant. And what we've done was we've taken the most precious paints that are out there, because when you just spray lacquer on it, it doesn't give that luster. These are metallic paints, kind of like when they paint a BMW, how it shines. But what we've done here, more importantly, is we've combined those two emulsifications of products. We smashed them together, and we did it so expertly perfect so that the blend of silver into black or black into silver, which, by the way, you'll never know which one we did first. That's a trade secret. But it's just flawlessly put on. When you frame with this product, people are known to cry, and I'll prove it to you. It's just a brilliant product, again, done on brilliant woods, and is made available for all you folks. So if you're interested in Lavo, please feel free to call your business partner specialist. Thank you, Doris. And last but certainly not least is one of my most beautiful creations yet. You know, I'm actually blessed. I just want to take a moment. I'm blessed to be able to work with my family. I really am. I really am. Okay. So I am, and all kidding aside, I get to design these products, so we get inspiration from all over the world, and the inspirations come from various different people. And so my father and I, believe it or not, my dad's been doing this for 30 years. My father and I, for I would say the last 15, have been going to Italy together, and it's really some great father-son bonding time, and we get to play and draw and do all these beautiful things. So Ravello, the name Ravello, if anybody knows, is actually a beautiful town nestled on a hillside in Italy. Please Google it if you have a moment, not right now, but when you're home. It's a beautiful village, and we were there, and you can't help but just be inspired by what you see. And so from that, we created this beautiful, elegant, sexy product. And this product is actually, we've tagged the term. So for the picture framers watching, we have this collection is usually called water gilding. Now, I want to make one thing straight. This is not water gilding, but it has a resemblance to that beauty. It's 2 years in the making, believe it or not. And you might say, 2 years to create a product. Why? Is because what we've done is we've created a concept called power gilding. It's where we take multiple layers of finishes at multiple different times and layer them and then remove them and layer them and remove them to get this luster. May I? Thank you, Doris. And that's how you get that sheen and then that subtle satin finish. It is brilliant. And for the folks that think this is hard to scoop back and join, we have a solution for that. So you can speak to your business partner specialist. We've created easy ways to do that. And why we did that, I want everybody to know there's no detail left unmatched. Because when the product, you look at it like this, it needs to sit on a wall. If the frame goes right back, it looks like simply a 2x4. This makes it sexy. This is it. The equivalent is kind of having a beautiful woman, Doris, with a beautiful dress and the pearls, and then she's wearing flip-flops for the ball. It's kind of like you can't do that, right, Doris? You got to have the red shoes. And the profile is actually that. It's just so beautiful, so elegant. We're so proud of it. It's a huge collection. Take a look. I know you're going to love it. Thank you, Doris. Let's give Doris a round of applause, guys. So Rich clearly leads the business partner specialist, and he hosted an amazing sales forum where all the people, are on the phones through Skype or whatever it may be. And halfway through it, I said, guys, these products are so, and then beautiful. There's a word I'm missing. They are so beautiful, and I want to put a $100 challenge on the line. So I put my own $100 on the line, and I want our business partner specialists to go in with such enthusiasm to show our partners that we love what we do. We love our products. It has to come from here. So we said the person who can move, inspire, and wow our leadership team with a video from our business partner specialists with our partners, you send that up, we'll win $100. Boy, you get a bunch of salespeople and you dangle $100. Magical, crazy, like... I don't know what I was expecting, but it was awesome. It was so awesome that I want to actually show you today. Now, I just want to make note, these are done on personal iPhones and or Android devices, so please excuse the quality and the sound, but we've done our best. But watch at your own contentment. Here you go.
Hi folks, it's Patrick here with Fast Frame of Solana Beach. Just wanted to let you know I'm so excited about this new molding that just came out from Roma. How can you ask for a more beautiful molding than this Lavo electric pewter? It is beautiful. I can't even tell you. I'm so excited, I think I may even give up my husband for it.
Elise from Coffer Gallery. Do you want to be as elegant as I? Then surround yourself by Eleganza by Roma.
Why do you build me a buttercup, baby, just to let me down and mess me?
There are no words.
Except one spectacular.
Hey, lady! Hey, hey!
Are you talking to me?
Yeah, lady! He's sexy, sumptuous, voluptuous.
I love it so much, I would trade my wife and maybe even my mother. But now I take that back. But they're still good molding, so enjoy them, and I hope it's a great success for Roma and all picture framers.
Tony, it's Mitch, Liberto from Cadre Superior. What's this all about? You told me you were going to come and see me and have a coffee and espresso together. I'm still waiting for an espresso.
Hi, I'm Frank, Fast Frame, Woodland Hills, California. And I love the new line of Roma molding. Now I have a beautiful rack, almost as nice as my Reps rack. Roma molding is sort of like a drug. Since I am from the 60s, I know about that kind of stuff. I can't get enough of it. I get high when I see it.
Ouch! I gotta wear an asbestos glove to hang on to them. These things are so hot. They're better than drugs. They're better than alcohol. These frames are pure sex, but you've gotta watch because they are hot. This frame is beautiful.
What do Roma Molding and I have in common? We're made in Italy, we're sexy, and we're for sale.
All the entries. I'll tell you so this was a challenge that we did over 2 weeks, and we have been killing ourselves laughing. We are in a creative industry, and I'll say, boy, are they creative. But what I got from this is people also want to have fun. You know, I think when you're in your retail stores and you're interacting, people want to have fun. So what better way to do it is not take yourself so seriously. Like for some of those people to do some of those things, wow, like God bless them. So you might be thinking, so who's the winner of the challenge? Can I get a drum roll, please? Drum roll. The winner of the first ever $100 challenge goes to Anthony Adatelli. Way to go, Anthony. And you might be thinking, who is it? Which one is it? So here it goes. The winner is, ba-boom! Danny from A&R Frame Makers in New York, New York. God bless you, Danny. I don't know if that's Anthony's uncle or his cousin or just a retailer, but nonetheless, Anthony, you can put your shirt back on, brother. We love you. And thanks for being such a great partner. I know you're watching. Thank you. Thank you. Let's give them all a round of applause, guys. So at this part, guys, I'd like to sign off a little bit, and I'd like to pass over the mic to my friend and yours, our godfather of IT, Don Cortell.
Thanks, Tony. I'm going to make you walk the plank later. Wow. That was an amazing video, I tell you. That was fun. I'm up here. Probably my fifth or sixth I think this is my sixth all hands, and it's always an amazing, amazing moment to come up, you know. And the one thing I don't have is the thing I should have in IT. I need a picture of you guys. Come on, smile. All right, let's go, let's go. Beautiful. Thank you. Thank you so much for letting me come up. I want to talk to you today about three things. We're looking at, my favorite and yours probably is our website. We're going to talk a bit about, some infrastructure changes. And of course, we're going to talk about the help desk because there's been some changes in help desk. So hopping in, let's talk about our infrastructure. You guys all call me every day, every week saying, God, my SAP is running really slow. And, and I want to make sure that, we really improve that experience for our people. Our wizards are really amazing on the phone, and you really manage to deal with those lag sessions really well by talking to our partners, and we love that, which is great. But my goal is to bring to you a brand new SAP experience, which is going live on August 11th this year. So guys, get ready for it. It's going to be faster. It's going to be more robust. It's going to be just a much better experience for you. And no more lag, so you can actually talk about, real things, which is great. That's going to be residing in a data center. So as you know, last All Hands, I was speaking to you about moving some servers to the data center. And I'm very pleased to stand up here and tell you, as of last weekend, our most critical servers have actually been relocated. And we're now no longer going to experience those famous Woodbridge power outages for our mail server, our Bob J, and some of those other boxes. So yes. So the next thing we wanted to jump into was our website. And guys, this has been a labor of love for the team for 2 years now. We started working on it 2 years ago. And, we came out with 1.0, which was revolutionary. We came out with 2.0, where we made some mistakes. But since moving forward from January, we've really made some great things. And I came up here and I made some promises last time. And I wanted to go over some of those things that changed for you. So one of the things we introduced was the brand new partner locator, which is really, really cool. You go to the partner locator on the website, and all of our partners that sell our product actually show up. So you'll have phone numbers, you'll have information, and you'll have these little dots on the map. And up here, we've got 90210 on the screen. So Shannon Doherty and Luke Perry know where to buy their product. But so we're very excited about the partner locator. It's very, very functional, which we're very happy about. The next thing we wanted to do is talk a bit about some updates. We introduced enhancements to our online ordering system, so it's become faster, more intuitive, and just much more simplistic navigation to get through your quick orders and your corner samples. Then we said it's not enough. We wanted you to have more. So we said, let's give you the capability of ordering mirrors. Because we had Framesy before, and you could order your mirrors through Framesy, but when we introduced 2.0, we kind of lost Framesy, and we wanted to have that ability to get your quotes and place your order. So now you don't have to wait for customer care to give you a quote if you're looking at mirrors on the weekend or something like that after hours. It's all available to you. And the last thing we really wanted to do is we wanted to give you that update on the live chat. We spoke about introducing it around February, and I'm pleased to say we did. How many live chats do you think we've had? Kevin, you out there? 2,000 since February. Well, in just 4 months, we've done, it says 2,000, it's actually 2,700 as of this morning. So, yeah. 2,700 chats in just 4 months. And guys, get the power of that, because our wizards are actually talking on the phone and manning the chat line at the same time. You guys know it. And it's amazing that you can wow partners on so many levels. So we're really proud of you. The other thing we're looking at is what's next, because you guys are probably thinking you can't do anything more with that website. It's perfect. And no, we can think of new things. We've got this beautiful screen. Screens used to be fairly small, square, boxy, and we've got this beautiful screen now, but our website still utilizes the space of our old monitors. So I don't know about you guys, but I don't know what an IXA movie is. I like to follow Pixar. So what we're going to do is we're going to start utilizing that real estate on the screen to give a more robust experience for our partners that come to our website. And you'll know that Tomater and what's his name, Carl, actually exists. Thanks, Camilla. She didn't like me saying that old guy. It's Carl. So we're going to give you a better experience surfing the website by utilizing the real estate. The other thing we're looking at is, Roma, we've never hidden the fact that our people are our biggest asset here. And we're very proud to announce that we're going to start building the pages on our team to give, your wizards and our BPSs the space so they can be visible to our partners as well. Because it's great to put a face to the name. Like the crazy hair there, Joanne, I always say that about you, is Joanne, and people may not know that. So, and Joanne's hair is usually straight when she gets into the office. That's about 10 o'clock. So The other thing we're looking at is right now on the website, you can go to our order page and you can order a nice, big, beautiful fat molding, or you can order a beautiful skinny molding. But what you haven't been able to order is a combined molding. So we're going to bring you that experience. We're going to build the combined or stacked molding experience where you can come in. The system will do all the math for you because guys in IT, we don't like math. We let the computers do it. And we're going to build that stacked frame for you, and we're going to quote it for you, and we're going to ship it in what? 24 hours, Steve? Beautiful. Beautiful. So the last update I wanted to give you was about our help desk. And as you know, we've done some changes in the department, so I just wanted to introduce you to the team because these are the guys that try and move, inspire, and wow you every day. And, you know, a lot of you don't get to see the faces and stuff like that. So, you know, you all know me, your godfather of IT. If you've got a monitor that needs a garroting, I'll take care of that. But, you know, on our next step, we have Peter Madalinsky. That's 88 fingers Madalinsky, because his fingers are always going. Woo! He introduces all of those amazing ABAP or SAP enhancements you ask for and saves you guys a lot of time when we do these things, so I'm very pleased with that. The next guy on the team is Stan the Sniper Georgiev, and forgive me if I mispronounce. He's the guy that takes those designs from marketing and puts them live on the website, so he makes that magic happen. And last but not least, we have our newest rookie on the team. We're looking at Eddie, no nickname yet, Waddell. So Eddie, this wouldn't be normal without a proper Roma welcoming. Stand up back there, I know you're doing time. Eddie, Eddie, Eddie. It's like a Van Halen concert, yeah. So guys, just remember, we're committed to really move, inspire, and wow you from an IT standpoint. And if you have questions, concerns, anything, you know how to reach out to us. We're at helpdesk.romamolding.com, or helpdesk at. And you can phone Eddie at extension 308, and he'll be very happy to spend all the time you need to resolve your issues. At that point, I'm going to call Tony back up to the stage. And thank you so much for your time. It's always humbling.
Thank you, Don. Let's give it up for Don, guys. Thank you. Thank you, Don. So, guys, believe it or not, it's halfway through our whole hands meeting number 13. What do you think so far, guys? Good, right? Okay, I'd like to, because you've been sitting for about an hour, so if everybody could just get up and kind of just give a little stretchy, just like kind of switch side to sides, just, yeah, don't hit the person beside you, just get it. Okay, make those endorphins and everything move. Okay, and if you all want to now sit down again, please. Thank you. Thank you very much. So guys, clearly we do things unconventional here at our company, and we wanted to have Beyonce. She actually asked us if she wanted to be here, and we said no. Justin Timberlake and Katy Perry. I know Steve really likes Katy Perry, but no, we couldn't have Katy Perry. We don't want her here. Instead, what we did is the team. This is all done by this crazy team and not me. So what started out to be a little burger challenge of who could eat a burger started out to be this epic challenge. And because we move, inspire, and wow, we actually want to take the challenge up a notch. So we're going to now create something new at our company, and they're called Wow Challenges. So we're going to be interacting with our partners. If they want us to do something that's totally wow and out of the box, we're going to be doing that. So stay tuned for some more wow. I do want to preface you, this is not for the faint at heart. If you do love food and you need to eat in a little bit, you can just kind of close your eyes. But all kidding aside, you're going to really love it. It's a lot of fun. Here you go.
Ready to go.
Worried at all?
Yeah.
Who are you concerned about?
I'm really concerned about this one over here. I think she's a real underdog.
Don't mess with this monster.
We are making history here, folks. and you open your mouth, and we need to see that there's nothing in it. We need it all the way down the cavity and going right down into the barrel. 1, 2, 3. Come on, folks, come on, give it to these guys, come on! 우리가 one down. Jumping coming. It's a tight race. Spit down. Get that last spit down. Steve. Come on, guys. Police! Who's going? We did, but just in the garbage. Come on, guys, cheer these folks on. It's one bite away from the winner. And as soon as Jeff opens his mouth, Kevin down the line. Yeah, give it up to Jeff! Way to go, Jeff. Okay, don't touch me. Number one, yeah! Who had you? Yeah, Steve in the second place. Woo, Steve. Way to go, Stevie.
I don't even know how big that burger was. It was
Bigger
at
than your
least,
hand, easily.
what was it, 8 inches high? It was insane.
Tried to find house burger, couldn't get it down. It was amazing burger, but it's just too much. I just couldn't do it.
I let down Nino.
Oh, Nino's
This guy sabotaged me, I'd have to say.
I let down my family.
Team Temp.
Team Temp.
I can't talk. You know, I mean, number one in Roma employees. You know, the ringer over there, I don't know, I think it was the standing up that did it for him.
Let's put it up, guys, for all the crazy people. They tried to get me to do that, but clearly there is like physics. It's not, that thing's not going in here. So I said I'll eat like watermelon or something. I can't do that. But let's just give a round of applause to all the crazy people we have. Thank you. And at this point, guys, I'd like to call up our maven of operations, the guy that makes things lean and efficient. He is one mean, lean Greek machine. Steve Majarius, please give it up.
Okay, how's everyone doing so far? Awesome. Now, was that not kind of a gross and interesting challenge at the same time? You know, I got to tell you, you know, normally I like to be humble. You know, it's one of our core values. But, you know, Jeff Brown, I know you're watching. Kudos to you because you finished before me. But I got to tell you, the only person to finish it and not puke, right here, yours truly. And you know, the more I thought about that, I thought, is that really something to be proud of? Not really sure. So, you know, I think I'm getting a bit of a reputation. Anyway, let's move on to the important stuff. So today we're going to talk about 3 things. You know, what we've done, what we're working on, and then what we're going to do next. And I got to tell you, the team has been fantastic in terms of, you know, introduction of lean and all these ideas. And I'm the crazy guy that says, yeah, why can't we do 10-hour lead times? And they kind of look at me like, what's he smoking? But, you know, they're really receptive to everything we're doing. So we've got visual boards up. We've changed layouts. We've moved people. We've cross-trained. So we just wanted to share one of the exciting processes we've been working on. So it's corner samples. Seems like a simple process, but, you know, we had a lot of waste. And in the lean term, we had inventory. And, you know, for the lean disciples out there, inventory is a bad thing. So the team came up with these 3 crazy goals. So the first one was 0 inventory. No inventory whatsoever. And at first they kind of looked at me, well, how the heck are we going to do that? You know, we always have them on the peg. I said, don't worry, we'll figure that out. Then we said we want to do less than 24 hours lead time. So by now I guess they're, you know, used to me coming up with these crazy goals, so they were okay. And the one they didn't really understand is the waste identification and elimination, but that's how we get really efficient and lean. So we worked through it. So where are we? You know, we put stuff on the board, we used sticky notes, we got the process, and I got to tell you, the ideas that the team members came up with were phenomenal. And so when we look at it in terms of inventory, at the beginning of the year, we had $200,000 tied up in corner sample inventory, money just sitting there not doing anything. And we can put that to better use. So far right now, we've got it down to less than half, and by the end of the year, we're going to have 0 inventory in corner samples. So then we also looked at lead times. So at the beginning of the year, it took us about 3 days to get corner samples out. Currently, we're just over 24 hours. We're at 28 hours. By the end of the year, we're going to smash it down to about 18 hours. So all our partners will get our latest and greatest corner samples in record time so they can drive their sales and grow their business. So while it used to look like this, right, there's a lot of real estate tied up there. We're going to put that to good use for exciting new stuff, which we can't tell you about just yet. Now, one of the things, we also made a change. One of the things we've done is we made a change in leadership. And the reason they weren't bad people. You know, it's like Rich said earlier, we want to have A players. We want to have A players in all our positions, but especially in leadership. And sometimes you have to make the difficult decisions. And that's why we had to make the change in Los Angeles and New Jersey. We really want to make sure we have A players driving improvement. Because it's really simple. I tell everyone you got to do 2 things. You got to run the business and improve the business. So it's simple, right? Well, you got to have the right people to do that. So I'm pleased to announce and congratulate, in LA, we have Anthony Araguz as our LA operations leader. And Anthony has picked his right-hand man, Dante Reyes. And already we've seen phenomenal results. In the month of June, they had their lead time for joint frames at 24 hours. And you might think, well, 24 hours, the closest they'd ever been before was 36 hours. So they're really doing a phenomenal job. So I just want to thank them for their involvement in their leadership. Now, the other thing, what we're doing now, so one of the things I'm really excited about, because I've been a member of a consortium before, is we've joined the AFI consortium. So what this is a group of non-competing companies, so it takes that stress away whether you're going to steal trade secrets, that get together and they're like-minded, they want to share best practices, and they really want to drive improvement and innovation. So what we've done, the focus here, they have all these events and educational sessions, learning events. You can bring people into your facility. They can come, you go to their facility, and it's really best practice sharing. And the more you share, the more you get back. So it's a give and take. And the best part is we have access to over 35 companies that we can steal with pride, take best practices, and really implement them in our business. So it's simple. When we think, hey, do we know how to do X, Y, Z? We send out an email to the group and we get back the responses of what we can do. So we're really excited about this membership because we think it'll help us with a lot of ideas to drive improvement forward. Now, what's next? So we've done all this great stuff and we've really focused inside our 4 walls, right? We're working on processes, we're doing stuff, things are moving. So now we got to extend it out to our supply chain. One of the things you'll notice is that it says supplier partnerships. Typically you'll see supplier management. And that's really beating up the suppliers, nickel and diming them, getting the lowest cost possible. there's really nothing in it for them and it doesn't build a lasting relationship. So we want to focus on the partnerships. Because we want to develop win-win situations, because I'm sure there's stuff we're doing that drives them nuts and vice versa. So we want to build that relationship so we can drive even higher performance. So when you look today, I mean, the current numbers are nothing to write home about, but I love that because most of you know they call me the data hound because I love charts and data. So although we have currently 5% defects, we're going to drive that down to less than 1% going forward. So we're going to take our exceptional quality and drive it even further. Our on-time delivery from our vendors currently is nothing to write home about. It's 50%, but I don't look at it as 50% bad. It's 50% more opportunity for us. So our goal is to have it at 97% or higher going forward. And from our initial, we've had our Italian suppliers come. We've sent them some information on lean and continuous improvement, and I got to tell you, we've been pleased with the response. They're asking questions. They're excited, and they can't wait. Tony and I are going over in October, and we're going to try and help them however they can, and I'll probably learn a lot as well. So it's going to be a great adventure for us. And then the last thing, so we talk about lead time. We're getting stuff out 24, 48 hours. We're wowing our customers. But when it comes to our supply chain, it's taken us about 3 months by the time we place an order to get the product. So really, it doesn't tie in. We have inventory, et cetera. So what we want to do is we want to smash that to less than a month going forward. And we have lots of great, innovative, different ideas to be able to accomplish that. Now, all the talk has been about process and changes and numbers, and really it's the people that make all those changes happen. So it wouldn't be an all-hands meeting without talking about our people. So typically in manufacturing companies, what you see is there's a divide. You have the office, and they have looser rules, and they can take break whenever they want, and they go for a coffee. And in the shop, it's usually there's a buzzer and, very structured and rigid and kind of treated like, post-World War employees. And, I think it kind of looks something like this.
Flintstones, meet the Flintstones. They're the modern Stone family. From the town of Bedrock, they're a page right out of history.
So, as Tony mentioned in Roma, we like to use unconventional methods to produce unconventional results. So the first thing we did was get rid of that annoying sound in our shops, because who wants to hear that 6-7 times a day? So we came up with this really innovative solution to how to replace the buzzer. It's called a clock. And the reason we put up more clocks is because we trust our employees. They know when it's break time. They know when they need to come back. Treat them properly, and they'll produce great results. So then we thought, okay, well, what else? We do that. That's nice and all. The other thing is they have to come in, and it's kind of inhumane. They have to scan in, and they get their fingerprint. You can see Jenny here doing her thing, and and they come a minute late because maybe their child was sick that morning, and they get docked 15 minutes because the system, that's not really the culture we want to develop. So this is a bit of an older punch clock. The only person that probably remembers is Michael. So I think everyone else in the room is too young for this. So we thought, what could we do with our punch clock? What's the best way to make that change? So we thought we'd just destroy them. So as of August 1st, there will be no punching in for any Roma shop employees. Because we trust and respect them to do the right things. We don't want to nickel and dime them. We want them to feel part of the family and bridge that divide between the shop and the office. Now, the last thing I want to talk to you about, unfortunately, is a disease. Now you're probably thinking, is he talking about the latest Asian flu bug? Is this some African mosquito? No, it's a disease that actually a lot of companies suffer from. Some know it, some don't. And I'll give you an example. How many times in your work life have you gone to Bob because you needed Bob to show you how to fill out a form? So you go over to Bob, and Bob shows you how you do it, and you're thinking, well, that's kind of stupid. Why do we do it like that? And what does Bob typically tell you? Exactly. Because it's the way we've always done it. How many times have you heard that? So our goal is we have the antidote for Bitwadi. So we have the solution. So our goal is clearly not to hear these words, but it's those unconventional methods to get those unconventional results. And that's really what we're driving for here at Roma. Turn everything upside down, crazy, wild goals. You know, we don't know how we're going to get there, but we're going to find a way because we have the best people and the best processes in the industry. Okay? So with that, thank you very much. Appreciate your time.
Friends and family, we want to thank you for being here with us today to say goodbye to human resources, or HR as it's better known. HR was always with us in good times and in bad. They helped us to understand what we needed to do when we needed to do it, and how to do it. However, as we grew, HR lost its way amongst our forward-thinking and progressive team. HR has been a vital component of Roma since our inception over 30 years ago today. As such, we are saddened to see HR leave us, but take solace in the exciting opportunity left in their wake. Just as the night is always darkest before dawn, I understand there may be trepidation about HR leaving us. I'm here to assure you, my friends, that Roma will continue to thrive and, in fact, ascend to even greater heights in our post-HR era. Today, from the scrolls of death, we're able to witness the excitement of a birth. With great excitement, I am proud to announce the creation of 2 new teams here at our company. Never before am I impressed and honored and privileged to announce the creation of Culture Team and Talent Team here at Roma Moulding. You see, at Roma, we do things differently. We're not going to do things like everybody else because we just don't like those mediocre results. We take change seriously, and we look at change as a pillar to move forward. We take it as a pillar to challenge that status quo, to drive happiness, to enrich lives, to bring the best people to this company, and play one big game of moving, inspiring, and wowing. Ladies and gentlemen, on our website, as we're doing here, we're saying goodbye to HR. I've also written a blog with the death of HR. If you're interested in seeing it, it's on our website. We're going to do things differently. And to lead that, we have someone amazing, someone dedicated to people, someone dedicated to the values and mission and vision of this company, someone so entrenched in them, I'm proud to say they're on our team. And that person, ladies and gentlemen, if you can put your hands together and roar this building, is with great pleasure I announce Amin Randawa to the stage, please.
Thank you, Tony. First off, I am alive and healthy. Thank you. I'm the same face, guys, but just with a different philosophy, and that's what we're going to share here today. So I don't want any of you out there that are watching or here in the audience to be nervous. It's the same person, it's the same team. We're just thinking a little bit unconventionally, and I'm going to help you and guide you through this process. So you may think, well, now that we have culture and talent, who do I call for what? Like, what's happened to human resources and what am I going to do? So the first question where a lot of our team members have been having is, well, who am I going to go to for payroll and benefits? Well, I'm very happy to share that payroll and benefits is going to our finance team. So let's give it up to the finance team. Diana Talata will be more than happy to assist you, and I'm always there as backup as well, so you will not be left stranded. Now, if you've got a personal challenge, who do you go to? And that's going to be your culture and talent team. And it may be a personal obstacle, it may be something you're not sure about how to do it. You send us an email or come see me or give us a call. Number 3, if you've got growth and development questions. So if this is a personal growth and you've got this goal that you want to achieve personally, or it's a professional growth, you go out to your talent team. So those are the 3 things. Pretty easy, right? Yeah, I think so. And when you're not sure, just come to me, and I honestly will help you however I can. Now with that, this is one of the best parts of the presentation, is when I get to really introduce all of our amazing new Roma rookies. And we've had a great bunch, so here we go. So could you please give a round of applause to Kevin Sicharian, our video samurai. Welcome, Kevin. Kevin is a part of our insane marketing team. I'd like to welcome Rich Huseman. Welcome, Rich, our VP of Growth. Tony Hamilton, our sourcing sorceress. Tony, could you please stand up? Let's give Tony a round of applause, guys. Woo! I'd also like to welcome Jose Kerouac, our warrior of WOW from Quebec. And we've got our IT help desk guru, Eddie Waddell. Welcome, Eddie. Mary Farmer, our newest business partner specialist. Mary, I know you're watching there with Tanya. Welcome. Now with that, we're continuously growing, and I'm really happy to share we've got some great positions available on our team, and I'm going to share some of the positions. So right now we're growing, and we've got our marketing leaders, our insane marketing team, who's an amazing team that's put together this production, who does a lot of our stuff, is now looking for an amazing leader. So if you think you got what it takes, please have a look at our site and apply. We're also hiring in New Jersey. As Steve said, we're going through a leadership change, and we're actually going to unconventional methods. We're looking for great leadership. We're looking for A players. Have a look at our site, and we'll tell you what New Jersey is all about. Our bilingual customer care representative, our Wizards of WOW, that are an amazing team, are looking for a new team member. And then we have our business partner specialist. And you'll see, if the territory is not there posted on our site, we're actually doing unconventional things by using unconventional methods. And what we want to do is we want to create a pipeline. So if you don't see the state, you don't see the province, you're not sure where you would be placed, send in your CV, let us know where you want to be placed, and we will work with you. With that, let's take a look at an amazing video that our marketing team has put together. And because we are unconventional, we're not going to just post a job. That's not Roma's style. We're actually going to post a video. We want you to see what we're about, so you can feel it, touch it, and really know, is this the right culture for you? So let's take a look.
Hey, welcome. Come in. I'm Tony Guerreri, and I'm the CEO of this incredible company, Roma, where you have an insanely great group of people. But there must be a mix-up, because you haven't applied yet. That's okay, we think you're a perfect fit. You see, we know marketers. We know you love metrics, you love charts, you love graphs, you love all those fun things. But at Roma, this role is so much deeper. It spans much wider, and we want you to think bigger than you ever thought before in your life. The possibilities are endless. I know you're just not on top of marketing trends, but you can predict them. I know you're a leader and a problem solver, but we need you to wear multiple hats. And when you were younger, there were people that wanted to be astronauts, doctors, teachers, or even football players. But you were different. You wanted to be a marketer. You wanted to change the world your own way. And you know what? At Roma, we do things differently. We challenge the status quo. We think outside the box. We hate normalcy. And as the great Steve Jobs once said, the people who are crazy enough to change the world are the ones who do. Here at Roma, we believe in happiness as a strategy. We believe in moving, inspiring, and wowing anyone we come in contact with. Put those things together, and anything is possible. What if I gave you a blank canvas? What would you do with it? What if I, say, wrote you a check? How would you make Roma great? At Roma, we don't ask, what if? We ask, why not? So when do you want to start? I'll be waiting for your call. Or better yet, the team will be waiting for your call. You know, they're a little bit crazy, but I think you'll fit in just fine. And together, we can change this industry one frame at a time.
So just like that great posting for the leader for marketing, we've got all the other great postings as well. So please check us out on our Roma site under careers, and you'll have a look at that. Now with this, I get to transition to an amazing team that we have here at Roma, which is our culture team. Woo! The culture team consists of very passionate team members that are very passionate about people. They're passionate about moving, inspiring, and wowing. And what we've done is we've actually got representation from all of our sites. So these folks here are your team members from our headquarters, but we've got representation from LA now, we're Jersey, and Atlanta, so we're very excited. What I want to share, what I want to share is a quick video. Let's take a look at the past events that we've had so far. Wasn't that awesome? As you guys can see, we not only work hard, we play really hard as well. And here's some upcoming events that are happening the next couple of months. So LA will be hosting their Roma barbecue on August 1st. Woo! We've got our headquarters, they'll be having their ice cream treat day on August the 8th. Roma, New Jersey will also be hosting a barbecue on August 14th. And we'll be having Roma Atlanta team will be having a lemonade stand August 21st. So on a little bit of a serious note, guys, I just have to share that I love my job. I'm very fortunate because I get to work with people. Human resources is not really all about policies and procedures and structure. It really, the core is service, and I love people. I try to connect with them as much as I can, and I really get to do that at a real level here at Roma. So as you all know, there's been a common theme throughout this presentation, and it's unconventional methods. And we are continuously trying to push ourselves to see what can we do? How can we be different? And what we're doing and what I'd like to share with all of you is, you guys all know that HR represents policies and procedures, and Tony wrote a great blog about it. We are eliminating policies and procedures here. And a lot of you might think, oh my God, this is gonna cause chaos. Like, how are we gonna do this? And just think back to how are you in your lives? How are you when you go home? I know when I had my first child, there was no parenting handbook that was given to me and my husband, and we were nervous. We're like, how are we gonna do this? But guess what? We figured it out. Well, I think we figured it out. But it's an ongoing process. We are continuously learning in whatever we do, and we figure it out, just like you do at home. So we're gonna figure it out. We don't need policies and procedures. If we're not sure, we've got each other to ask. But what we have done in our Roma Life book is we've created some guidelines for you. Because I know my mom gave me some guidelines, my mother-in-law gave me some guidelines, some not so good, some great, that I followed when it came to parenting. But it's the same thing. If we're not sure, we've got guidelines, and if we're still not sure, we're gonna ask each other. I'm always asking for, hey, what's new, what's happening, what's a great advice? Steve's shared, hey, I've done this with my kids, or Rich has shared this. And, we all kind of share our stories, and that's what we're gonna do at Roma. We're gonna share our stories, and we're gonna figure it out. So don't worry, we've got your back, but we trust you. So we don't need these policies and procedures. With that, you'll see the Roma Life book has been updated. It's about the life at Roma. You can find it on our wiki. Next week, all of the Roma leaders are going to sit with their teams, have team huddles, and share some of the key policies and procedures that have been eliminated and what the new guidelines are. And like I said, if you're not sure, just ask. We'll be okay. Now, there's a couple of ways that you can reach out to me. Because we've had all these changes, I just wanted to put it out there for you guys. You can contact me at talent@Roma Moulding, culture@Roma Moulding, and my personal email as well. So that's just the way of getting a hold of me. But the best way for all of you that are here at headquarters is, just come up to me. Come see me while I'm walking by, ask me. I'll always be there. And for those of you that work remotely, we love you. I had a great visit in Jersey, a great visit in LA. And Al, I am going to come see you, all on positive notes. No worries. We really want to break those barriers. HR is not just about policies and procedures and things that we got to do. It's really about listening to the people. And having those great skip levels at Jersey really helped me understand what some of you guys are thinking. And I want you to know your feedback is really important. We take that feedback, we take it to the executive team, and we kind of put action plans together. And what we're doing is we're kind of learning on the way. So we don't know everything, we don't have the answers, but we're working on it. And we'll let you know, and we'll always communicate it back to you. Now with that, I know it's July, and it's not Christmas in July, and I don't want snow either, so please don't kill me. But just like Rich and a lot of you, I love getting gifts, I love receiving them, I love giving them. And I have this amazing gift to give to all of you, thanks to Roma, of course, and I just can't keep it in the bag, so I've got to share it with you. So normally, all these past years, during our holiday shutdown, when we spend time with family and friends, we've been taking time off, and it's our personal time during the shutdown time that we've been booking. This year, I have an amazing announcement for all Roma team members. This holiday shutdown, starting this year, all Roma team members will be paid. Isn't that amazing? And I was so excited, like how was I supposed to keep that until like November for you guys? So with that, guys, as you can see, we are continuously learning. We are looking to add perks, whether it's, improving benefits, whether it's to add a new perk, whatever we can do, because we are going to be one of the greatest places to work. We are. I know we are. And this is how, and guys, in all honesty, this is how we're going to do it. It's going to be one step at a time. It's going to be introducing new processes, procedures. It's going to be eliminating all that stuff and putting in guidelines, looking at things that our employees want, our team members want. So continue to give us that feedback. Let us know, because it's okay. And Tony's going to get into it a little bit more, but we want to hear from you so we can do these kind of things. So thank you. So with that, I'd like to bring upon Tony Guerreri.
Let's give it up for Ammon, guys.
You better stay in school. Get a real job, boy. Don't be a fool. Burn that guitar. You can never be a star. I can stop.
I love that song. Why I love that song is that's one of the guys that was on either American or Canadian Idol. I don't know which one. Canadian? Cool. Yeah, Canada. So he was on Canadian Idol, and he actually came in third place. Four, right. So he came in third place. And, you know, typically what people do is they came in third place and they kind of bury their head and they go. And recently my wife and I went to Headley concert, and it was over the top. And in fact, the third prize winner, which was Headley, actually later went on to do his own gig and now is filling stadiums across the country. Whereas if he would have came in third place, buried his head, he would have done nothing. So really anything is possible, and he's so talented. If you know this man or if you've heard his music, he's brilliant and determined, and I love his music. So to help me with great places to work, I'd like to call up our very own commander of communication, Gordon Thane. Gord, how are you, bud?
I'm doing excellent, Tony. How are you doing?
I'm doing good. Thanks for asking, bud.
What about all you guys? How are you doing?
Woo!
Awesome.
So Gord's one of the spokesmen here at our company. All the communication goes through Gord, and Gord's really taken a serious look at great places to work. He's our one of our great ambassadors. And in 2016, guys, we're in 2004. In 2016, our goal is to become the top company, or the top 50 companies in Canada. And we're going to be talking about that. Gord, what do you think about that?
You know what, Tony? I think it's amazing. Canada is an awesome place, but we got to set our sights a little bigger. Let's try and be the best place to work in the entire world.
Woo! I mean, those are big shoes to fill, clearly. But we're going to work our butts off. And as you heard Ammon say, you know, we're not perfect. We don't do everything 100%. But with your feedback, we're able to get better. And we just thank you for your patience and your belief in us. So through your surveys, so what you guys did was you actually had a survey day where each and every individual, candidly, anonymously, filled out a survey. And we thank you for doing that, because that gives us great feedback. And we've identified 3 key areas. And the 3 key areas we're going to focus in on for the next 5 months are
compensation.
Number 2,
the people.
And people is so killer, because people actually is what makes the company. We're gonna really challenge ourselves on how to make people grow in our company.
And the social responsibility. And this one is really important because we create the world's greatest products, but we believe we can do more. On top of beautifying the world, we think we can make a profound impact on not only the communities we work and play in, but worldwide. So stay tuned later in the presentation for a very special announcement.
Awesome. And I want to focus in on one, and that's compensation, and that's the big word out there. And we've had a number of people say, you know, compensation's a challenge. It's not so much I'm not getting paid enough, but maybe I'd love to learn how to grow, or I'd like to learn how do I move up in a company. We're not experts. So we called the experts, and PayScale are now our partners. We signed a deal with PayScale, and they're actually going to help us work with the best companies in the world and figure out what are we doing that we can be doing better? How do we adequately pay our people? How do we create those salary bands? How do we create some growth and development and drive people and really make them grow? What do you think, Gord?
I think it's fantastic, Tony. A lot of exciting stuff coming up.
And Gord will be talking along with Ammon about PayScale as well as about great places to work. So look forward to a survey very, very soon. So Gord, I know you're very passionate about surveys, communicating. Can you talk a little bit about our Roma Pulse survey?
Absolutely. As you guys know, after every second all-hands meeting, we send out a Roma Pulse survey. We keep the questions consistent so we're able to accurately gauge how we're doing year over year. This time we've added a new question, and that's just a net happiness. Would you recommend Roma as a place to work to your friends and family? So look for this survey to come out as soon as this presentation concludes. I'm going to send out the links to everybody. You'll receive them in your email. If you don't have an email, your team leader will make sure you get a paper copy. We ask that you complete them all by tomorrow, Friday at 5 p.m. so that we can get this information back, quickly digest it, and act upon it.
Thank you, Gord. And Gord's very passionate, you can tell. And what we're going to be doing is we're going to be sharing those results with all of you, whatever they are, good, better, best, ugly, all of it. We're going to share it all with you because your feedback is very important. And again, this survey is, you don't put your name on it or anything. And it's really to give us a glimpse as to what are we doing great. Because, sitting sometimes in the park or what we call the park, which is boardroom, but sitting up there, we don't really know on the floor or on the field what we can be doing to making a difference, but you folks know, and we want to hear from you. So stay tuned. As Gord and Ammon will be speaking with you guys tomorrow and sending that out. So I ask you, please take time out of your day to fill this out, because the information is so valuable. Thank you, Gord. Thank you very much. Could you give Gord a round of applause? So Roma Tour. So I just want to give a huge, huge shout out to how big our audience is. This is the biggest live audience we've ever had. And it's so big that we've never before had 20. So at this all hands meeting, we have 20 guests from all over. I mean, we have some great partners, some friends, some family. And it's really brilliant, you know, when your wife or your husband come, and your kids, and they want to see what daddy or mommy does, or I don't know, I think that's just magic. And then our brilliant partners traveling, many of them an hour to be with us today. I'm just humbled that you've given us your time and that you're here. I hope we're doing a good job. Are we? Great, thank you. And that we're giving you value. In the end, as I stated, I want to enrich people's lives. So whether it's through business or whether it's through your personal life or whatever it may be, I just want to help people. And I hope through this, even if you take one little piece and you bring it back to your business or to your teams or whatever it may be, that'll make my heart just like open up. And I'd love to hear the feedback. So Roma Tours, what are tours? So guys, we hold tours at our facility, and people might say tours. You know, why are you hosting tours? What are tours? Why are you hosting them? But it's been incredible. So we take people on these tours where they can see all these insanely smart people doing insanely great work. And so we've had many, many tours come through our facility. One in particular is the CEO of Pure Later Canada. So he's come, Patrick, now a dear friend of ours, and he's come and seen what we're doing. Other friends, Hashem came. They got in a big bus, and they came here from Montreal. They've traveled over 5 hours to be here. They stayed the night. They didn't stay here, they stayed in the hotel, but they stayed the night, we stayed with them, and it was a lot of fun. And I don't know about you, but those are the results of what happens in our tours. Like, people leave, there's this connection with us. And again, we don't profess to be perfect, but whatever we know, we want to share it. I think it's our responsibility as business leaders to share best practices and help other people. I think that's the harder bit of really living. So I do want to say, there has been 52 tours to date this year. 52. Killer. Now we're playing a bigger game. So now our aim is to actually do 125 tours this year. Right? That's pretty big. Camilla, you ready? Great. We're so committed to tours. We're so committed to giving that on our website, behind me, you can actually see a tour section. So if you go on romamoulding.com, under culture, we actually have a tour section. And we actually have 3 packages, believe it or not. Doesn't it look beautiful? So 3 packages. We have a Roma tour, which is 60 minutes, and that's free. And there's a Q&A session we take you through. It's awesome. For the more advanced people, we have an inspired tour. And the inspired tour, you're able to do the exact tour. It's a little longer. It's a little longer. And what happens there is you can pick your team leader of choice. If you want to learn marketing and speak with our commander of communication or whoever that may be, or you just want to know how are you getting that great service out there, we'll have our teams deployed, and that is $50. And our top of the line, biggest tour to date right now is our Roma Wow Tour. And that's $95. And that's the big kahuna. That's the biggest value. And in order to do that tour, ladies and gentlemen, you do need to be 2 people, because the tour is 2 hours long and it's very intensive. Having said that, we put this page up live a few days ago, and believe it or not, I remember Stanley turned to me and said, "Oh my God, we got hit on a tour," and it happened to be our Wow Tour, and right, and people are taking notice, and what it does is actually step up our game. So it becomes real, and people are now paying to come to this facility to learn. Now, we're not going to get rich on $95. That's not the point. Where that money and proceeds are actually going, it's going to actually make a better world. And we're going to actually talk about that later, and we're going to envelope that into Roma Wish, and we'll talk about that in a bit. So some of the brands that have walked through here, some pretty prominent brands. You have Pure Later, you have Royal Bank, Brito, Canon, Desserts, FedEx, to name a few. We've had others, but we just want to show you what we had there. And we had a great partner, Hashem, as I indicated. They came from Montreal. They're a retailer who have 7 retail stores, beautiful stores, might I add. They're beautiful, family run and operated. They have over 80 employees. They're brilliant. I could sit up here and talk about it, but we have a video. Take a look. I think you're going to love it.
You know what?
Yeah.
When we first arrived here, first of all, we were expecting like all the staff were saying that actually too. It's Roma molding. Oh my God, this is huge. You find that everywhere. And especially you say made in Italy, it's like more like, oh my God, fancy. Think about like all the fashion going down there. And you're like, what to expect? And then I'm eating popcorn. Think about it. We're having
a beer?
Having a beer. I wanted to bring my beer, but I was shy. I was like, take it easy, start with the popcorn. And it was more like as a Sunday play at Roma Molding. But at the same time, we learned, we've been very inspired. Tony is like energy, believing, seeing further.
Motivation. Oh, yeah.
Super
So
like
this-
more and more and more and more. But you feel that he's never tired about that. There's always something new. There's always something going on. It's like when we were driving Montreal to TO. It was sunny, raining, snowing, everything. So this is what I felt in the 24 hours. Partying, drinking, thinking, understanding, learning, a lot of stuff. And we get to connect with the staff. We get to understand more the vision of Roma. We get to see Tony, he's the CEO, but on the other hand, Tony, he's just like...
It's all about a team, a family, and you guys are amazing together. Seriously, and we are a family, and seeing that, and it's possible to bring it to that level, that give us motivation, and let's do it, and it's we're happy to work with people like that. We want to be part of this, we want to be part of this success. So we're gonna do everything to be part of this success and to support Roma all over our stores and family and team and customers. So this is something really exciting.
Move, inspire, and wow!
Guys, just give it up. So guys, I do want to talk just a little bit on a few little things I'm going to touch very quickly on our Wowification project. Our Wowification project is a beautification of this facility. I know Steve is working very diligently on the back, and we're also working on the first floor. First floor is a little different than the second floor, but we're going to be changing that. And we got our construction crews in line. And why, you might ask, is because we want to host insanely great tours, seminars. We want to allow our partners to host their tours and seminars and whatever that may look like. We also want to enhance the Roma experience. I think that's so important. And then lastly, we want to make way for the growth and expansion. You're clearly seeing we're having new people come every single day, and the growth that Rich and the BPSs are creating is unsurmountable, so we have to plan for that. And so I do want to say right now, we are in the blueprint stages of this, so it's really rudimentary. We are going to put out a big blueprint, and we'd love your feedback. So just like circle and cross out whatever you want. And Kevin, yes, we might give you a slide right into your office. We'll see how that looks. But right, we'll see. And guys, I just want to say we're as I wrap up, I do want to say it's been an incredible ride. This last 7 months, just of this year alone, the amount of new faces, new partners, the commitment from our partners. It's not you're 5 cents more than the competition. I don't hear that anymore. Those conversations are gone. You're hearing from Rich and Steve and a few other BPSs. What our partners are saying about us is unreal. They start out with something so minuscule and come out and say, well, you know what, I love you guys. You guys are great. And before I go, I got one more thing I'd like to share. I'd like to call up for 1 second someone very important. You're a friend of mine. Our finance team, Michael Pilata.
Thank you, Tony. So I was asked to come up here and do a few dance steps. And I know I'm a great dancer, but I felt that it was more important and more appropriate to give everybody a financial update. I won't. Wow, what another great show. I think we should give it up again to the people behind the scenes that make this happen. Beautiful. Now, we've been through a few changes over the past several months, and with change, of course, there's concerns. And with concerns, rightfully so, people start to question and ask the question, how's Roma doing financially? Well, I can assure you, all the changes that we've made, none of them were for the reason for finance. There was no financial reason behind any changes. The reasons behind the changes were to make the company a better company, to achieve the greater results that we all want to hit. So I'm proud to stand here in front of everyone and tell you that Roma continues to be strong financially. Our sales continue to grow. We continue to monitor and control our costs and remain fiscally responsible. So, to the team, to the people here, to the people in New Jersey, in Atlanta, and Los Angeles, and to our BPS, good job. Keep up the great work, and let's continue to strive to be the greatest place to work. Lastly, I think I'm a pretty easygoing guy, approachable. So if you do have any questions, concerns, or just want to talk, don't be shy. Come up, visit the finance team, or reach me at mpallotta@romamoulding.com. Thank you, and keep up the great work, people. Back to Tony.
Thank you, Michael. Way to go, Michael. Michael continues to allow me to spend the money. So thank you, Michael, personally. Thank you. And finance sometimes doesn't get enough accolades. They work really hard, and we love that team. So thank you, thank you very much. So I do want to just talk about, it's been 40 months since our culture restart. 40 months, that's it. And when we first started this just 40 months ago, or just over 3 years, people had some words that they were sharing. So I think it's important, since we're a transparent company, let's put it out there. So people said it was childish. Creating a culture-based company is dumb. Stupid. Why would you do that? It'll never work. A 6-month thing. A big waste of time. That's impossible. And my favorite, you're crazy. And that's actually what was said. And as Howard Schultz said, if you want to do things differently, you better line your stomach with steel, because you're going to have a lot of people, a lot of naysayers. But here's someone that inspires me every day. And this is Gandhi, if you don't know him. And he says, first they ignore you, then they ridicule you, then they fight you, then you win. And winning for me is seeing all our partners thrive in their businesses, and people want to stay at our company, and people growing within our company, and people's families showing up. That's what winning means to me. And Tony Hsieh is quoted as saying, it's a 5 to lifetime commitment. It's not a 2-year execution and you're done. If you want to take it on, you've got to be willing to put that type of time into it. Culture-based strategy is not a 2-year. It's minimum 5 to lifetime. And this gentleman, Bruce Poontip, who I spoke to you about, changing the culture of a company is incredibly difficult. But when it really starts working, it's really, really easy to tell. Can you tell? Yes? Can you tell? Great. And I do want to say, I knew it was going to be very, very difficult. I knew I couldn't do it alone, but I knew at the core we were ready for it. And that's what drives me so much, that we have such insanely smart, committed people. And in that, that's what drives me. That's what makes me spring out of bed every day. So remember this, guys? Kabang. Do you remember that photo? That was our first ever all hands meeting. And they have the same hairstyle today. Isn't that great? But all kidding aside, including myself, it was a very scary moment where I had to speak in front of our company and tell them what I'm doing right, I'm doing wrong. I want you to know, 13 all hands meetings later, I get so pumped. I mean, last night I'm playing hockey and people are asking me, what are you doing? What'd you eat last night? I don't know, I'm just pumped. I got an all hands meeting. I can't wait to see our partners, our guests, our friends, our families. I am pumped. And we are on this really great growth spurt. But I don't know about you, but wouldn't you want to surround yourself with insanely great people like this? I don't know, would you? When you look at it, you might ask, so what's changed in 40 months? 40 months is not long. Remember, I only have 45 Thanksgivings left. So what's changed? Has our products changed? No. Has our quality changed? Maybe a little bit better, right? Just keeps improving. Has our Made in Italy promise changed? No, hell no, right? But one thing has changed. It's how we make people feel. Because that, in the end, is all you're going to remember. For our 20 or so guests that we have here today, you're probably not going to remember everything, but you're going to remember how we made you feel at a certain point within this conversation of an all-hands meeting. And I got a secret for you. Got a secret. Beautiful kids. Love kids. Got a secret. These brands here, actually, they don't own their own brands. And you might be saying, what do you mean? And you know those brands, Virgin, Coca-Cola, Amazon. You might know that. So I want to do a team exercise. If I can get, for 1 second, our mic runners. Mike is the mic runner. Mike, awesome. So I'm going to flash up a logo in a second, and I want to know what the first thing that comes to mind. First thing. And please keep it G-rated, please. This is live television. So first thing that comes to mind, bang.
Happiness.
Yeah.
Greatness.
Home.
Fun.
Quality.
Family. Awesome.
And you're awesome, Michael. Let's give him a round of applause, guys. Thank you. And if you know, if you heard in there, those are mainly feelings. They didn't say products or buildings or chairs or slides. It's not about that. And I want to make everybody get, for the retailers in the room, that your brand is actually what people say about you when you're not in the room. It's actually how you develop your own, your own confidence or your own reputation in the marketplace. Because in front of us, we could talk all good about everything, but what are people saying about your brand when you're not there? And that's what we're committed to do. We're committed to having a feeling about this iconic brand that we so love. And so another secret is that we're going to do things even differently, even more than we thought of. Now, Steve runs a lot of the lean here at our manufacturing plant. So in our facility, we're going to be creating an improvement wall. And it's going to be a big wall. It's going to be low tech, high touch. And we're going to be having all your feedback posted. So the date you put the feedback, who you are, what department you are, doesn't matter what it is. And then the second column is going to be when we're going to implement that. And then after implementation, what are the effects of that? It's going to be live for everybody to see because your feedback is important. But we want the truth. And I think that's so important. Our goal as leaders is to pull out the truth. And I want the truth so bad. Instead of me telling you how bad I want the truth, take a look at this video.
Colonel. You snotty little bastard.
Your Honor, I'd like to ask for a recess.
I'd like an answer to the question, Judge.
The court will wait for an answer.
If Lieutenant Kendrick gave an order that Santiago wasn't to be touched, then why did he have to be transferred? Colonel, Lieutenant Kendrick ordered the code red, didn't he? Because that's what you told Lieutenant Kendrick to do.
Object!
And when it went bad, you cut these guys loose!
Your Honor!
You had Marcus inside a phony transfer!
Your Honor!
You doctored the logbook!
Damn it, Captain!
You coerced the doctor!
Consider yourself in contempt.
Colonel Jessup, did you order the code red?
You don't have to answer that question.
I'll answer the question. You want answers? I think I'm entitled to.
You want answers!
I want the truth! You can't handle the truth!
So maybe he can't handle the truth, but I can. And so can our leaders. So we want the truth. So here's what I'm doing. I'm putting a check out there. It's going to be on me at all times. And I want the truth. I want it so bad we're putting $2,500 on the line. So $2,500 goes to the individual on our team or our partners who can really hurt our feelings with the truth. We want to know what's actually not working. What's actually not working? And you can't say Sammy because he's here. But what's actually not working? We want to really know, guys. And I hope through this we're sharing with you that this is real. We know we're not perfect, but the only way we can get better is if you be honest, speak up, and let us know. So that check is out there for the person who could hurt my feelings the most. Hurt them. I need to cry with what you're going to tell me. So the check is out there. So, and why is because we move, inspire, and wow. And let me tell you something. In the last 12 months, we've hosted over 5 keynotes. We've masterminded with some of the best leaders in the world, both in our industry and outside. We've given over 2,000 personal emotional connection cards. 2,000. We've created over 500,000 connections, either with each other or our partners. We've been featured in Forbes.com. Not only featured, but they wear our t-shirts. We've been featured in the Globe and Mail. We've been featured in an industry magazine, Decor. We had some great pages and great write-ups there. We've been featured in Profit.com in a podcast. It's been brilliant. Thank you, podcast. So what's next, you might think? If you're watching, we want Inc.com, FastCompany.com, an entrepreneur. We'd love to tell you what we're doing and share it to the world. And you might ask, holy smokes, how do we get all this thing done? Like, how do you find the time? It's very easy. Because of one epic, crazy, insanely smart of crazy people. We're not putting up with mediocrity. We don't want BNC players. We'll escort you out. We want people who are nuts about winning. You gotta love it in the core. That's what we are. You animals, you crazy, out-of-the-box thinking freaks. Yeah! Thank you. That's just in the last 12 months. What's the next 12 months going to be? I don't know. I think we're going to have like trapeze artists or Rich coming on stage. Who the heck knows? So in a humble state, it's easy to come up here and tell you what we're doing, but it's better if our partners are talking. So we always do this. It's tradition. We have 3 people. So let me share with you a testimonial from one of our partners.
Dear Roma Moulding, I have a complaint. We received our first order of Roma photo frames, over 50 of them. This is the first order we've received from any photo frame company where all the product was 100% perfect. No calling for credits, no wasted time and energy sorting out the perfect product. They were all great. And just today, we received the first 2 Roma frames that we sold on custom orders. We ordered them joined because they were wide scoop profiles. They match the samples perfectly and the corners are awesome. Not to mention we received them fast. Now, I'm kind of a negative guy who likes to complain, and my complaint to you is that you're not leaving me any room to complain about
Let's give a round of
anything.
applause for that one.
Our rep, Michelle Anderson, seems to be a rock star. I can't complain about her either. She's awesome. Here's looking forward to selling tens of thousands more of these before we retire in 25 years.
Awesome. So thank you, John, and he's from the Frame Center. Thank you very much for that. And this is a call between Lorianne and our customer, Denise, from Frame Decor. Here, listen.
Cor, good afternoon. Hi, Frame Decor. It's Lorianne calling from Roma. Hi, Lorianne. How are you? I'm good. I'm just making a courtesy call. Just letting you know that as of May 1st, you're going to be receiving free freight with a $100 minimum purchase.
That's great.
Isn't it?
Thank you.
You're welcome. And then,
Thank you so much.
And
You
then,
wowed me.
Oh, that's nice. That's the idea.
Wait a minute. I'll tell you what you did. Wait, you wowed, you inspired,
and moved.
Wait. Moved. Wow, you moved, inspired, and wowed me.
Excellent. That's the idea.
Okay, thank you.
So as far as the contact person, we have Denise. Is that?
That's me.
Okay, perfect. So
Thanks, Tony. Thank him so much.
I will.
Thanks.
Have a good day.
You too. Bye.
I mean, such beautiful. I mean, it's poetic. So way to go. And we have tons of these, by the way, tons of these by our amazing Wizards of WoW. And lastly, we got a video we'd like to show you. So this video depicts a company that interacts with us. Here's what they have to say.
Hi, I'm Lisa Colalilo from Lisa in the City TV, and I want to send a huge thank you to everybody at Roma Moulding, Tony and the entire team for welcoming me and showing me around this incredible place that you've created and this culture of happiness and wonderment. I mean, not only did you move, inspire, and wow me, but I had the time of my life and got to learn a lot of things as I was here. Not to mention, I got to ring that bell, so thanks for that. Take care, guys. Thanks so much.
So usually wrapping up, we do special acknowledgements, but I want to change that. We're going to call these core value awards, and we have a few right now. These are by the people, for the people, so I'm going to get right into that. And our first core value is by Dante. Let's listen what they have to say.
It is my pleasure to acknowledge Dante Reyes for living Roma family core value number 10, love learning and pursue growth and development. Over the past few months, we've had amazing opportunities that Dante has helped us tackle with great passion. He's always looking to grow and develop as a professional and leader. As our new lead person, Dante continues to impress us with his ability to rise to any occasion. He's an outstanding team member whose growth ensures he will continue to wow us all. Keep up the great work, Dante.
Let's give it up for Dante, guys. Next acknowledgement is Sharmila. Let's give a good acknowledgement for her. Here's what they have to say.
A huge shout out to one of the rock stars that lives and breathes Roma family core value number 5. Be passionate, committed, and driven. I placed a large order on Thursday that unfortunately was left behind at the New Jersey warehouse. The next day, I called to get a tracking number and spoke with Sharmila, who quickly sprung into action by calling FedEx to see if a Saturday delivery was possible. Unfortunately, that wasn't going to work, but Sharmila's backup plan allowed us to pick up the package directly at the local shipping terminal. This alone was amazing customer service, but isn't even the wow part. Imagine my surprise when I received a phone call from Sharmila on her weekend to ensure everything went smoothly. That, to me, is the epitome of a wow moment.
Congratulations. Way to go. Next, we have Jennifer Fleury. What does Jennifer have to
lives
say?
Roma family core value number 1. Deliver wow through service by always making herself available when we need her and doing everything she can to help resolve situations while maintaining a friendly and easygoing manner. Always professional, courteous, and enjoyable to work with, she's a very important part of what we do and a great asset to the team. Jennifer and the AR Force really deliver wow daily.
Let's give it up for the team as well as Jennifer. And last but certainly not least, Teresa Perlman.
Teresa is the ultimate wearer of multiple hats and someone who lives Roma family core value number 8. Be creative, open-minded, and share ideas. I have yet to find a challenge or subject that Teresa is unable to offer assistance with. Whether it's with customer care, admin, finance, operations, or IT, Teresa can tackle it all. Although Teresa's day is mostly comprised of supporting operations, she always finds the time to support all other teams. She is a statistical master, a rapid report processor, a logistics ambassador, an all-around solid team player. Thank you, Teresa, for all the support that you give each of us every day.
Let's give it up for all the people, guys. So, and as we wrap up, guys, I just want to say if there are any questions, comments, insights, if there's something we did or didn't do, I'm putting my email address up here as well as some of our other team leaders have done. Feel free to reach out. I'm at tguerreri@romamoulding.com. Very simple. And as we wrap up, I can't but help reflect on what we've been doing, the amazing people we have. But before I do, I just want to share something really, really important with all of you today. And it's very near and dear to my heart as we think bigger about our mission. And it's Roma Wish. And Roma Wish, for the folks who have been here before, it was a local community-based help support system where we did sponsor a family. We've sponsored a few families, as well as we did some stuff with the Ronald McDonald House. And through all your support, I want to say thank you because you guys made that possible. And although that's really great, we just wanted to play bigger. And the mission of Move, Inspire, and Wow is actually getting outside of these boundaries and communities. It's actually going the world. And we want to move, inspire, and wow the world. And what does that mean? You might think, what does that mean? Well, we're taking on something huge. Take a look.
In the arms of the angel, fly away from here, from this dark, cold hotel room, and the endlessness that you fear. You are pulled from the wreckage of your
So guys, what we want to do, we want to help communities. We take for granted that we can sit here and enjoy the fruits of our labor. We get into our cars, we drive somewhere, we sit at Starbucks, we have coffee and Wi-Fi, but there's kids around the world that don't even get food and proper nutrition. And I'm not saying we're going to cure the world. That's not what I'm going to say, but I'm going to tell you that we're going to be doing things differently. So we're creating a program where Roma Wish is going to be, we're going to go outside of this world and we're going to really play and we're going to do things differently, because that's just the people we have on our team. So in November of this year, we're actually going to be taking a small group of people and we're going to be going to Haiti. And we're going to be making a big difference in those lives. We're actually going to be working with an orphanage. And believe it or not, the things that they're asking for are crazy. They said, can you help us make some benches for our church? Or can you help us with the kids and help them just, teach them and learn? And can you help co-create something that we're doing here? And can you help us with our website and all that fun stuff? Like little things that we take so for granted today. So I just want to say, we're going to be giving you more information on this as it comes, because I'm quickly learning by Rich Huseman here, that he's told me that Haiti time is very different than Toronto time, because things move very slowly. And I'm not the most patient guy. I'm pretty patient, but not the most. But that we're going to be working with these folks around the world. And this year's project is Haiti. Next year, I don't know. Maybe it's something with our partners or our vendors or our suppliers. I don't know. I just know it's our turn to make a difference in the world. So thank you. So on that note, I just want to say thank you for your attention today, your passion, your determination, for really moving outside of your comfort zones, for challenging the status quo, to our amazing production team and speakers and leaders and partners and friends and our wives and my wife in the audience and all the fun people. Thank you for believing in us and never giving up. I'm Tony Guerrieri, and I'm signing out. Thank you.